You got your Halloween costume?
Nah, man, didn't get a chance to do it.
Oh.
All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Where's let me see. Where's Peter? Peter? Oh, Peter! Come on in, land over here, buddy. Bring it in. Park it right there.
To the moon! I'm flying in to the moon! Woo! Happy Halloween, everybody!
Very nice.
On my rocket ship to the moon! Hey, how's it going?
Good,
Happy
man.
Halloween, everybody!
Love that. Love that. Friends, happy Halloween. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Pre-Market Prep. I hope you guys are doing well today as we kick off Halloween Day and also into the last day of trading and last day of the month of trading. So it's a lot happening today as we kick off this Friday. Peter, is this a Elon Musk rocket or is it a SpaceX? Which one is this one?
Well, I've personally have been riding the NVIDIA rocket, so to the moon.
Ah.
So this, consider the black here. This is my leather jacket. Then how about that?
Yes, a NVIDIA leather jacket.
Jensen Wang. Look at me riding.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right.
Absolutely, absolutely love it, friends. All right, let's get to it. Quick look at our gappers list here. One thing that is rocketing today is Amazon. I mean, just incredible. We'll get into all of that earnings last night alongside Apple, which Apple also doing well this morning. It's just a bunch of stuff in the green today. As overall, the Max 7 earnings that we're finishing up here kind of delivered. Besides. Meta, and I don't know if you, again, talking about Meta, I don't know if you consider it a negative earnings. They should say, hey, we're spending a bunch of dollars on AI in the future. So at the end, that's positive, given that this thing is still rocking. AI momentum is fully in place. So I don't know how negative that is when they're just saying, hey, we're spending more money where you guys want us to spend money. So we'll see. All right. Excellent. Peter, quick look at our economic calendar, see what's going on there.
Yeah, not a lot happening on the economic calendar, largely because we are well, I guess officially at the end of today, we will be 1 month of government shutdown, which means 31 days without data. And so nothing's available. Personal income, consumer spending, PCE numbers, all that stuff we'd normally look forward to on this day, not going to be happening. At 9:45, we do have the Chicago Business PMI number that's coming out. It's given a little more priority just because it is the only piece of data that we really have hitting us today. But really, I don't expect much from it. So largely, we can just focus on the earnings. And like you said, Carlos, they've been delivering. We've got some great earnings. It's been a lot of stuff that was grouped last night after the close. I mean, there's a few more today, but really last night was the big story for the stuff that we would trade.
Yeah, 100%. Let's take a quick look at this gappers list, friend, brought to you by trainterminal.com. First on here, SLDP. So we'll see what's driving this one today. SLDP. We are up 13.5, 2.4 million shares traded. So got a little bit of action here. Volume is pretty good. Flow is 163 million shares flow. So we're not looking at a penny ticker here, our low flow stocks. And this is Solid Power is the name of the ticker, Peter.
Yeah, and battery manufacturer that has able to name a couple of big players that they're partnering with, Samsung and BMW, to help develop battery technology, and that is driving their leading of the board this morning.
All right, there we go. And man, we don't have to wait too long. Amazon gapping up 13%. I mean, this is this is massive, man. Up 13%, as we mentioned already on earnings. And look at that, 5.5 million shares traded. I already have it on my list. I mean, this is clearly in play. And Peter, I think they said and did all the right things this earnings as they reported.
Yeah, and it's remember like just 2 weeks ago they had a big outage that we or was it last week? Anyways, very recently they had that big outage and but that's not it wouldn't affect this quarter earnings. But they're giving us all the right statements. They're expecting significant growth in AWS. They beat their numbers in quarter, and they actually proactively sort of made a public statement about job layoffs. Now we know that Wall Street typically likes layoffs because it shows that they're trimming costs. They seem to especially like layoffs if you're trimming costs while you're delivering outstanding performance. And, like we know that just talking about AI is generally a boost, but when you combine those, it seems to be a magic formula. When you say, hey, you know why we're cutting jobs? Because AI has done such a good job, we don't need people anymore. And we're able to streamline our operations and get more focused on our mission with fewer people. So that, while as an employee, you may be concerned, certainly from an investor or a trader, that's music to Wall Street's ears. So look at Amazon gapping up very nicely today. And I I did trade this after hours last night in the brief little downtick that it had right after the big initial pop. Obviously happy that I didn't stick around that one too long because we're now higher than we were then, and this is all-time highs. So here we are. Go Amazon to the moon. I gotta leverage this costume as much as I can.
Absolutely. All right, friends, let's take a look here. We have Reddit. RDDT is next on the list, and these guys are gapping up this morning. They're up 11.5, 404,000 shares traded today, and they're doing it pretty good, as you can see here. So, earnings last night, Peter, looks like last night they got a little bit of action, some up, some down, and some up, kind of like a somewhat of a slingshot move here, which we saw in Apple. We'll look at that a little bit later. But Reddit also showing some green this morning.
Reddit was another one of the earnings plays that we were taking a look at after hours, and actually, I gotta give Sarif. He made a critical mistake because he asked, "What is Reddit going to do? Are they going to beat their numbers?" And he had me query the Magic 8 Ball, and the Magic 8 Ball said it was certain, and it was certain. They beat their numbers, delivered some good quarterly results. So there you go. You got to always listen to the Magic 8 Ball. It's not
Yeah,
always right, but it's magic. So you need a little
yeah.
magic in your day.
It helped me
And
on my CMG trade. It says it will get to 35, and it did twice.
there you
So
go.
yeah, it's
See?
Magic 8 Ball. We'll probably use it again today.
All right. So, anyways, yeah, they basically all their numbers were good. Quarterly earnings, revenue, daily active users were up. Their guidance was higher. Analysts are upgrading them. It's a beautiful day over there. They're popping champagne at Reddit headquarters. Not as much as Amazon, but Amazon, I think they're immune to this. Bezos, he's buying another yacht or getting another mistress, or I don't know what he's doing. Anyways.
Yeah, yeah. It's who knows? It's so funny. He's not even the CEO of the company. So when I was doing the thumbnail this morning, I'm like, all right, CEO of Amazon, and this other guy comes up, and I'm like, who the heck is this guy? I'm like, I bet this
Who's
guy
this
can
guy?
take a commercial flight, and nobody would know he's the CEO of Amazon. Like nobody cares.
Yeah. That's actually, yeah, that'd be a great spot to be in, right?
It's a
I
great
think.
spot to be in. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you. You want to be wealthy, rich, that but not popular. Is the best situation, and there's a lot of people like that, man. Especially deep in the finance world that are not in the head and in the limelight. Man, they're when their jets break down, guess what? They take commercial flights. They sit in first class, and nobody knows, right? So I put him in the thumbnail, and I'm like, I bet there's few people in our community that have no clue who this guy is. They're gonna have to look him up. But that's Andy something, I think, if I got the name right. But yeah, let's continue here. So Reddick, Peter, are you gonna watch this one?
I don't know. There's so much to watch today. Reddit is not typically one of my go-tos. The volume's actually pretty low this morning, so I think between some of the others we haven't even got to, like Apple and Roku and Coin, and I think there's better targets. But I mean, I'll keep it here just in case. But I'm skeptical as to whether there's going to be a good trading opportunity.
Hmm. Yeah, gotcha, man. Um, all right, let's see here. Let's take a look at what else we have going on. WDC is another one on the list this morning. So WDC, Western Digital, up 10% this morning, 258,000 shares traded. So yeah, big pop for them on the daily. I mean, if you're doing anything with digital tech, AI, this is your era, man. I mean, wow, look at this. I only remember these guys from like the hard drives, but they obviously do a lot more than that, and they're gapping up pretty nice here, Peter.
Yeah, beat earnings in the quarter. They raised their guidance, raised their dividend by 25%. They say that their backlog is as high as it's ever been, and it's all driven by AI. Again, once again, they're sort of checking all the boxes and giving the market what they're looking for. So, again, another one of these relatively low volume stocks. It is not trading a lot of volume here pre-market, doesn't typically trade a lot of volume. So it's an iffy one. There's a whole bunch in that pile, like Reddit we were just talking about, and we'll get to some of the others. But so the secondary list to me is really big, right? Because you just don't know. We'll get to them later, but to me, well, Amazon is absolutely on the list. The rest we'll have to wait and see. There's
Yeah,
one
yeah,
more that's for sure on the list, but we'll get there. It's unfortunately it's a little bit farther down.
yeah. Here we go, friends. Next one on here is Rocket. We are talking about this yesterday as well. Another one that doesn't really trade all that well, so probably won't be on my list. But if you do like the ticker, it's one that it might be in play today. But already, even the pre-market, we're up 7.3. A lot of the move is coming from after hours last night. This morning, you're not getting anything on this thing, so won't be front and center for me. That's for sure, Peter. What's your thoughts on it?
Rocket. Well, this is the one where well, is this my company today?
This is your
Anyways,
company.
you know what?
for
Here,
those
let
for
me
those
do this
wondering,
for
by the way.
everybody. Since everybody's asking, let me
Yeah.
give you the screenshot that everybody's going to be asking for. So here we go. Is that good? There you go. You guys can use this as in your meme now. Uh, Take whichever screenshot you want. There we go. All right.
Very nice. Very
There you
nice.
go.
Love it, man. Love it.
Okay. So yeah, rocket companies beat their earnings in Q3, offered improved guidance. So they, another good day. This is a mortgage finance company. So they, again, it's one of these wasn't even looking at. There was so much to watch last night with earnings. I didn't even pay any attention to them. Their volume is once again low and a nicey stock.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Not fun. All right, there's so many on here. We do have coin. Let's talk about coin because we spoke about that yesterday. And then Peter, we'll hop around to any other ones you want to talk. Oh, look at Mara Hood. Oh, a lot of Bitcoin stuff in play here today, Peter. So yeah, let's go to coin. Any other tickers you want to talk about today?
Coin, yeah. Well, it's all earnings this morning. So, Coin was another one that so actually a little surprise for me. I wasn't sure. I know that the expectations would be relatively high. I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to deliver to that. Looks like they did. They're up about 3.5% this morning, although dropping a little bit here as we head towards the open. But they really reported their best earnings quarter ever. And they say that their trading volumes, despite everything, trading volumes are higher. And that's, we got to keep in mind whether crypto prices are up or down. What they want is people actually actively trading. That's what drives their future. And with so many of these companies, adjust that camera. With so many of these companies setting up these what am I trying to say? Treasury strategies. They need companies to manage that for them. So they're also getting into the corporate game where they can charge fees on their crypto accumulation strategies. So Coinbase, I mean, again, it's another one of these secondary list opportunities. I would put Riot in there. Riot is another one that had earnings without, again, very positive earnings on the quarter. Not a lot of volume this morning. It's the exact same story as what we had on Coin, pretty much. So,
Yeah.
in other stuff I'm watching, Carlos, we can't move on without talking about Apple, of course. Uh,
Yes.
Apple was another one that we were watching for earnings. And if I could say, I did call this one a little bit. Now it is up. It is interestingly, it did make a recovery and pushed higher. So, which I was surprised a little bit. They beat their Q4 earnings and revenue expectations, and we knew that they were going to come out with strong guidance based on what we've heard in the last couple of weeks, right? We know that their latest iPhone has seen increased sales. They've got a couple of good features, right? That has got people upgrading their phones, and it makes sense to me. So they got a Goldman Sachs upgrade as well. So all of that is good news for Apple, and they're gapping higher, overall pre-market. Although I'm seeing a little bit of weakness right at the moment as they retrace some of that. So this one's going to be more active at the open than it usually is, and that's all I want to see for an earnings play, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see. Definitely in play this morning, and man, they're looking good. So I'm gonna add them here to the list as well. I already have them there. Yeah, Amazon, Apple already on deck this morning. Peter, anything else from this gappers list that you like?
Um, well, what else? There's a couple other things that we haven't talked about that had earnings. We talked about WDC. How about MSTR? MSTR has, I mean, I guess pretty much it's a very similar story to what I just talked about on Coin and Riot, but beat their quarterly earnings. Sort of another record quarter. They didn't actually increase their guidance, but their guidance is high enough that the market is very happy with it. And they've actually moved more money into Bitcoin, and now they're sitting on about $2.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. So and they were one of the first actually to come up with these treasury strategies where they said they are going to be, just shoveling money in here on the expectation that crypto is going to appreciate in value, which of course over the last little while hasn't really panned out, but you know what? There's still lots of time. Crypto's it's not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. There's lots of room for it to go higher. I don't know what MSTR's average price is. I have to look into their numbers a little bit more, but as long as they're under 100,000, they're probably doing really really well. So.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. If just the two final earnings that I was looking at was Twilio, TWLO, and Zillow, which is a Z or a Z for American. And both of these low volume but gapping up this morning, way down on the secondary lists. There you go. Carlos has got the photo locked and loaded.
Oh yeah, that's going. It's definitely going on the archives here that we
Perfect.
could pull up here and there.
There
All
you
right.
go. I will give you lots of stuff to blackmail me with. So yeah.
Yes. Um, all right. So that's as far as our gap up. Again, not a whole lot coming off here. You do have Mara. You do have some other ones, Coin, as we mentioned already, and Hood. I do like the way Hood has been trading. So I might put this on deck right now. Pre-market really doesn't look too exciting. Pretty bland at the moment. So maybe a secondary one to put on the list here, but I don't think it's a primary one. But again, it can trade well, and if Bitcoin stuff starts doing something, it might be an opportunity. So I'm gonna slap these guys into our secondary list for now. All right, let's see what's capping. Damn, what's not doing so hot this morning? We don't have many on here. Roku continues to struggle here. Let's look at what else we got going on. LUMN leading the way today. And look at this, down 13%, 1.3 million shares traded. Lumen Technologies on the daily been having a really good month, and even to September, really good. But today they're feeling some pressures here as they're selling down.
Yeah, Lumen? I didn't know. Is it real company? I guess their severance process is not going as well as expected. There's a reference point there.
Ah,
But
yeah. I'm like, wait, what?
anyways.
I know.
Any fans of the show? All right, different Lumen. Different Lumen. Don't sue me. But anyways, look, they actually had a good quarter. the Audis enjoy it. Yeah. They beat their Q3 numbers. They had a slight miss on the revenue, but they did beat bottom line. They did. I mean, they had the opportunity to refinance about 2.4 billion in debt. They have $1 billion of new deals out there. You know, they gave a relatively upbeat forecast. However, like you said, Carlos, it's been up so much. I think the expectations were much higher. They wanted them to sort of knock it out of the park, and being that they didn't do that, it's getting a little bit of a pullback this morning. So this with everything, the markets overall are pretty bullish this morning. So I don't know about Lumen. I'm not sure about trying to take it. You know what you want to do with it. Maybe you think it's overdone, and there's an opportunity for it to sort of regain the 13% that it's lost. I don't know. I mean, it's also a lower price stock, so yeah, I just don't know what to do with it. But
Yeah.
it's in play.
Yeah, definitely in play as it continues to drop here. Down now 14%, lowest 867 on here. All right, next is going to be DXCM. So DXCM this morning, we've seen this before, is Descom, and we're down 12.5, 442,000 shares. 422,000 shares traded, and normally they don't trade very well. So we've seen them on our list plenty of times. I'm not a fan of the price action they get and also the volume, so I'll be leaving them alone, Peter. But anything worth discussing on this one?
No, medical device company, again, another earnings play. Again, they beat expectations and raised their guidance. So again, it looks all good. In this case, I really am not sure why they're dropping as opposed to going higher, but maybe I don't know. Maybe there's something hidden under the covers that I'm not aware of. This is not a low float, but it sort of feels like it to me. But big float though, actually, 380 million shares. Yeah, don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I don't like it today either. Not a whole lot coming off both of these gappers lists today, friends. The up and the down. Let's take a look at Roku. We'll find something though. We always do. Roku this morning down 3.7, 259,000 shares traded. A little bit of action last night. Did get a drop, and they recovered from the session's low last night, and just hanging out here. Not really doing a whole lot right now.
Yeah, look, overall their revenue had increased. They had good earnings. However, they raised their guidance as well. However, their revenue in certain segments weren't as high as people expected. So they missed on the number of streaming hours, which, while you don't report streaming hours, right? Like that's not a revenue generating item directly. Indirectly, of course, if people are streaming less, then presumably they'll be buying less over time, or there'll be less upgrade opportunities. So I think there's a little concern about them being able to sustain the numbers they've got. I I was going to try and target Roku for trading today, but I have to admit I was hoping for a little more volume, a little more activity leading into the market. So maybe I'll have to check back in with it in about 20 minutes and see what it's doing. But right now, it's not looking great. I mean, we used to love Roku, right? We used to trade it all the time. It was one of our targets, but
Yeah, always on there. So, but yeah, not today, not today. Peter, what you got going on there?
I just got my legs, resting my legs up on the
Stretching your
desk
legs a
here.
little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, just just the rocket, is supporting me so I can put my legs up
no, of course, Rock has got you
past my
hovering, so you could just
past my
yeah,
feet.
don't hit the hockey, don't hit the buy all on there. Careful the hotkeys, and
Okay.
yeah, good to go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
All right, friends. What else we have here? CMCSA, one of the longest tickers ever here. And let's see what they did. I know they were talking about them yesterday. And they were gapping down. Did they do anything? They did actually. Yes, I remember. At least I think one of you guys in chat, YouTube chat, traded it. Went long on this one again. Normally, not one that trades very well. Same with Chipotle, right? Let's see what Chipotle is up to. We traded that one yesterday. It's another one that does not trade very well, but it did give us a pop to 30, well, 34. It did hit 35, though, I believe. No, 34 is what we were looking for. Yeah, 34. But yeah, there it is. Did very well, but not one that normally trades that good. I thought we hit 35. No, 34 was the one. Was 34 we asked the 8 ball? I thought it was 35. Maybe I'm confusing it. Maybe it was 34.
Uh, I thought it was 35 that were we seeing a lot of orders. It never quite got there.
Yeah, no, no, it must have been 34 because we said, oh yeah, it did it. Well, you chalked it up as a win too, so it must have been 34.
Oh,
All right,
well, let me
yeah,
let me check my stats. I could
check
tell
the
you, did
stats. Yeah,
we write that one down? We should have. Let's see,
yeah.
Carlos. Oh no, last I have marked, we were talking about Tesla hitting 465. That was like
Oh,
2 days
okay,
ago. I don't
okay,
think
all
we
right.
did a
We
Comcast
didn't do it for this one.
or
Okay, all right.
CMG.
So
This is a
maybe,
Chipotle, I think. No.
yeah, maybe we didn't do it for the guacamole ticker there. All right.
Yeah.
What else, friends? I'm trying to see what else is good here. Roku we looked at. GSID, we've seen this plenty of times. It's a horrible stock, really. Again, no, I'm not gonna watch this one. GSI Technologies. It looks a little bit messy. Look at the daily; it's just all over the place here. It looks like the fund might be over. There's no shorts of interactive brokers. I mean, I just don't like anything on this, Peter. Not sure if you wanna add something to it, but for the most part, not looking great.
No, I don't like. I think we got a lot of better targets. For a secondary list, there's so many sort of companies out there that we could look at. They did have earnings after the close yesterday, like so many others. Again, relatively good numbers and growth. However, they're not seeing the benefit this morning. So I'd rather go with some of our other targets. It's also hard to borrow.
Yeah, you can even short if you want to. Your handicap on which way you could trade this one. Let's take a look at Novo Nordics, and this is down today, down 2.9, 1.9 million shares traded so far. So seems to be in play. We have not really looked at it. At least I haven't looked at it. But man, they're not doing so hot. Ain't this new drug supposed to be like saving them from all these drops? But I guess not, as they continue to bleed today.
Well, I mean, in the new they made an offer to buy a company called Metsera. They basically made an unsolicited offer of about $6.5 billion. And usually, when you're the company buying, your stock takes a little bit of a hit because you then have to take the cost and the integration, and usually you overpay, and there's a few concerns. So this is Novo making sure that they're positioned to compete with Pfizer, being that it's unsolicited. Metsera, presumably caught a little bit by surprise, right? It's not like they were in talks. They just said, we're going to throw something on the table and see if it floats. So no response yet from Metsera management that I'm aware of. So, this could be news driven today. It's a tough one, right? Because you just never know what news is going to come out and when, and it could drive it in a radically different direction than it may be trending. So I'd rather the news already be out.
Yeah, agreed. Um, all right, and oh, look at this, Baba. Let's take a look at Baba. Baba this morning is we're down 2%, 610,000 shares traded, and again, it's all the moves are happening after hours or after the market, right, or before the market. We're not getting it during the intraday action. You could tell here by the daily. Look how small these little days are, right? So I'm not a fan of that. So it has not been trading well. I won't add it to the list today. Although I keep waiting for them to do something great, but it just doesn't happen. So gonna leave them alone for now.
Mally's asking why Hood on the secondary. We just haven't populated it with some of the others. Hood is, I think Carlos just dropped it in there. I've got
Yeah.
my secondary, if I was to look at it right now, would sort of be populated with MSTR, Reddit, Roku, Western Digital. Like I've got a whole bunch of them on there. I just don't know which one, and Coin. And I don't know which one of those, if any, is going to move because they're all sort of equally okay, but not great.
Yeah, yeah,
If I had to pick one right now, I'd probably go with Reddit, frankly, just because I think it's best positioned here, but it's tough to tell.
yeah. All right. Yeah, I gotta block this guy here. I try, man. I try to not do it, but you forced my hand. You left me no choice. You really did. All right, so let's hear. Now I gotta.
Cameron,
Yeah.
Cameron, you came in late. What am I
There you go.
dressed up as? Isn't it obvious?
Bye bye. You go. All right.
Carlos can show you. Oh, here.
There it is.
Oh, my camera's on a rocket ship to the moon.
Happy Halloween, friends. There it is. Uh,
There you
friends.
go.
That's what we have. I mean, I did not come off a whole lot on that. At the moment, my list pretty light still. I did see POTR that you guys mentioned. I do want to look at it because I think it's one that can trade very well, and it hasn't been an easy trader. I mean, look at it. Look at it
No.
yesterday. This is brutal. Like this is really, really bad, right? So,
Yeah.
uh, again, they end. If you look at the daily, you think, okay, they had a great day. Once you look at the details, yeah, they opened up here, but there was a lot of this before you got this, right? So it's not very clean at all. So it's been tough to trade. So, um, we'll put it on the list because it can trade well when it does get going. Peter, any thoughts on PLTR?
Yeah, I like you said, it's been tough to trade. So I am not I don't love it. I don't love it. Even later in the day, like it was still equally tough. So it's not one of my go-tos at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. Gonna put it. I'll put it on the list because my list is very light, so I can watch it. But yeah, it's not really something that we've been looking at pretty closely. No, no costume for me, guys. I lost power last night. Took the kids to my mother's house. We had such a mess in the evening, so I didn't get down to the bins to pull up all the stuff and get something going. And this morning's just the kids' routine. You know how that is. So missed the opportunity to do it today. Um, but we got Rocket Man here, so we're okay.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Rocket Man.
Yeah. Peter, as far as the gap down, anything that's you like that might not be on this list or that you're looking at before we get to our chats?
No, I mean Roku, like I mentioned, is the only thing on the gap down I would even consider looking at this point. I'm all about the gap up list this morning.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Um. All right, friends. Let's see what you guys like this morning. Let's start here in our chat. BMNR. Let's see here. BMNR. What do we got? Yeah. We've seen this before.
Yep.
You know, it's a little weird. The price action, I don't like American Stock Exchange tickers. I think the price action is a little bit weird. They did have a nice drop yesterday. Man, look at this. This daily is just like everything's just caps down. I mean, sells down. Like even the gap up, sold down, gap up, sold down, up, down. Well, this is down, down, but up, down, up, down. I mean, it's just red, 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 red
Yeah.
all over the place here. It's very interesting the way this thing trades. So, um, yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, Peter. Won't be on my list, but
I,
if you guys like it, it's in play today.
I hadn't heard this term, but if you look at a monthly chart or a longer term chart of Bitcoin, the first 3 days of 3 or 4 days of October, Bitcoin prices were going up, so they were calling it Uptober. It's October, and of course now the joke is it was really Downtober. So
Yeah,
BMNR
ouch.
is stuck in Downtober because the prices are lower now than they were at the beginning of the month.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a shame. So I don't know. I don't know about this one. If you like, I think there's better tickers to trade if you want to trade that sector. I'm not a big fan of that one. CORZ. Core Scientific. Wow, look at the move on the daily. Very nice. Volume 598,000 shares traded right now. What do these guys do? Core Scientific. We're having a really great time here. I have not looked at these guys enough to know how they trade, Steve. So I'm not sure on this one. I don't have enough information on how these guys actually trade. It looks like yes, they had a rough time getting going here, right? So a little struggle and then a pump out of nowhere. So like I don't know how I would have traded that. So I'm not sure on it. Not sure on it.
Yeah.
Peter?
I don't think you could trade that. It feels like you would just chop your money around. So,
Yeah.
and the just to answer T-Man's question, how is Peter not roasting in that suit? I've never worn one of these types of suits before, but I got to say, I actually have one. You probably more information than you need to know, but since you asked, thank you. I've got one butt cheek that's freezing because the fan is mounted right there, and it keeps you there's a constant stream of fresh air coming through here.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's
yeah, yeah,
got to keep me inflated, so the fan's going. So
yeah. It keeps you nice and cool.
at least one side of me is cool.
Yeah, yeah. All right, friends. What else? What do you guys like this morning? Amazon, of course, we have Apple, of course. Let's take a look at. We did mention POTR, so that's on there already. How about Meta? Meta could be interesting, actually. We did try to get a little bounce yesterday going. This morning, look at the pre-market on Meta this morning. Again, typically not one of the stocks I like to trade, but it's very active. So was high as
Mhm.
678 has come back down since then. 1.3 million shares trade. I think it's worth watching even on a secondary. Again, not the cleanest and easiest stock to trade, but I do want to keep an eye on Meta and what it does here. And of course, Microsoft is another one that's obviously with earnings been in play. Not doing a whole lot right now, pretty quiet, so we'll leave that one alone. Let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia was it this one or Tesla? Yeah, Nvidia was messy yesterday too. Look at this. I mean, it
Yeah.
literally all day, just no breakout. So if you're a range trader, you could take the top to the bottom, great. But if you're a breakout trader like I am, this is just disgusting. Like you're not getting any play out of this, right? So, it's not gonna stay like that forever. Nvidia can go back to its trading ways. So, maybe today could be the day where we put it on the list. Peter, it's up 2% for almost 5 million shares traded. Um, maybe today could be the day. So, gonna just
Maybe, but maybe not. I'm not that hopeful on it.
Yeah, yeah. I got the space. I might as well throw it on there. But again, we'll be cautious. We won't jump the gun. We'll wait for our signals before we take any trades, like we always try to do, at least, right? Um, yeah,
Look, I have my own meme now. Like I've got a little cartoon meme.
yeah. Oh, it's
I
pretty
like it.
cool. Look at that.
Look at
Look
that.
at that.
In the days of AI. There you go.
Yeah,
I like it.
AI is pretty good, man. Something that's pretty good. I'm a rocket, man. It's great. Great. Love it, love it. Um, all right. What else, friends? That's it, right? IonQ. We'll look at IonQ. We'll head over to community events and announcements. We'll see what's coming up for today, and we'll get this party going. We'll do some levels, and we'll get you guys ready for the market open. IonQ this morning up slightly, 600,000 shares trade. I don't see a whole lot happening right now. It's just even on the dailies, it's kind of stuck here a little bit, kind of trading into a very very tight range. So hopefully that can signal a breakout. Doesn't mean it has to be today, but maybe that can give a breakout one way or the other. Look at this stretch of just sell down. Like every candle in here is red, right? Even the gaps up, so down. Like it's very interesting here. Even on the move up, you're still selling off. So interesting stuff there. All right, Peter, let's get to our community events and announcement. Today is Friday. Let's see what's happening on this beautiful day. Head over to bearwithtraders.com. You can click on webinars, and Rocket Man, it's going to let you know what's coming up today.
Yes, indeed. So it's a Friday, which means we don't usually have a lot of events happening. However, today at 11 o'clock, I want to let you know in tradingterminal.com, there is a free webinar happening. It's available to everybody. We're going to talk about the funded account. We've had a lot of questions about how it works, what to expect. We're doing a session on the funded accounts at 11 a.m. Mike's going to lead that. So go to tradingterminal.com. Look where it says webinars. You should be able to find it, and you can join for free at 11. So yeah, to take a look for that. There I am again. Um, and then at noon, Mike's going to be doing a second one, talking to all our boot campers. If you want the prep meeting for the boot camp, you should already have an invite. You know where to go. You have to go to pcapitaltrading.com to find that one, but that's at noon. So the 11 o'clock one it's a little last minute. It wasn't all that heavily announced, but we just wanted to let you know that it's happening because we had some questions on it. So again, I click on webinar, join the free webinar that's happening. I was told, is it listed here? Where is it?
Let's talk about that too. Who's doing that? Who's doing
Mike
it?
is. We had a
Mike?
bunch of
Okay.
emails about that, so it should be happening. Mike, are you out there? Can you confirm this? I know I said it was going to be happening. So we'll get that updated, but it should be at there it is. Oh, it's next week. Oh, Andrew changed it. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Mm,
It's next
okay.
week. All right. There you go. Okay. So there you go. So it's we never know when Andrew's going to change things on us. All right. So if you want to join us at Variable Traders, nothing's changed here. You can join us at any time and be part of the community, part of the chat room, and join us on the rocket ship to the moon. Da-da-da-da. Anyways, um, and you can use get a discount on that by using the Elite Annual membership, which gives you 50% off right now. So join us. We'd love to see you. If you're not ready for that, that's okay. Maybe just use the intro offer. You just come in, see what it's like, hang around. We like to have fun all day. It's great. All sorts of things happening. Last night too, Carlos. Since we have a minute or two, I had a lot of fun. I was actually out on the mean streets of Ottawa. I don't know if you have
That's
any of
right.
those photos that I posted. I
We
had
could
a
pull those
buddy, I,
up.
I
Yeah.
did a ride along out in a cop car and was out sort of seeing what's happening in the city. So fortunately there was nothing major. It's a couple of tragic things, that I got to be involved in, but yeah, it was an interesting evening. Anyways, I was out from about 7 p.m. until midnight, and it was fun. So thank you to Constable Mineroli who took me out, and yeah, I had some fun.
Somebody get who made it? Was it John? John did this one.
Yeah, of course, John put that together.
Yeah, let me get the other ones. I think this is it right here. I keep getting the same thing. Oh, there we go. Here it is, Peter.
There I am, getting
Nice,
hauled off in
nice.
the cop
How
car. It's me
how was the
heading out.
call? Where were you? Did you guys get a lot of calls or?
It was constant. There was constant stuff going on, from disturbing the peace to people breaking into shops and causing a ruckus and then disappearing. And it was interesting to sort of see how they had to deal with all of this stuff. There we
Yeah,
are, sitting in the car.
yeah,
So
nice
yeah, it
man.
was.
It's a good,
I
great
said,
experience.
fortunately, there were no shootings, no gang activity, nobody died, so that's good. But
That's good, but you
lots.
sound disappointed. You sound like you want to see some
Well,
action.
yeah, it's a little bit, but you don't want
Yeah.
that stuff, but
If it's
you
gonna
sort of want that
happen, you
stuff.
wanna
Yeah.
be there for it. All right, I got
What
it. I
was
got it.
interesting, I gotta say this, if I can, a little rant there. One of the things that's bothered me just as an individual, when I see an ambulance or a cop go by, people do not pay attention when driving. People,
Yeah,
pull the heck over. Like,
yeah,
emergency service vehicles they're for your own good. One day you might need them to get to you quickly. Pull the heck over and don't be like. It was amazing actually being in a cop car and watching people do all sorts of crazy things. These guys trying to figure out, what are the people going to do. Some people pull to the left, some go to the right, others just panic and don't know what to do, some just don't pay attention at all. And it was just nuts. So that was interesting to just watch it from the police perspectives. They're like, I'm just trying to get to a call, and they put the lights on, and like, just people go nuts. Traffic is like all
it,
wonky. So anyways, just
it,
pull
it
over, pull over
makes
to the right, nice
makes
and
no
calm. You
sense.
should be able to see lights along. If you're paying attention, you should see it in the rear view, long ways away. Just pull over. Anyways, yeah, I
When
know.
I'm driving in the highway, Peter, I could see a cop. The lights catch my attention like almost more than half a mile away, even with cars in between us. I immediately go to the right. I don't understand how a cop comes up to these cars right behind you and you still don't realize you have to move over. Like, are
Yeah.
you blind? I mean, you have no senses whatsoever. I mean, what's taking place? I don't get it. So, all right, friends. Let's do some levels, right? Why not? Do some levels. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's start with Amazon this morning. And again, just a what a blockbuster move on Amazon. It is crushing today, guys. So, let's take a look here. 253.90, great level higher of the pre-market there. 248.16 is the low of the pre-market, and you're sitting at all-time highs. I mean, there's literally nothing up here. This is rocket status all the way up here, as you can see there. Peter
Yeah.
with his rocket suit, and yeah, just love it, love it. So we're gonna put the next level is gonna be down here at 238, which is the previous all time highs. Or did we do that just recently? Yeah, previous all time highs down at 238.89 ish, around that area. And that's all you really have. There's nothing else here as far as levels when it comes to Amazon. So we're looking forward to that one. Apple's another one that it's gonna be fun to watch today and see what they do. Pretty quiet in the pre-market. It's just sideways right now. It's just not a whole lot going on. Sideways action at the moment. Volume is 3 million. I mean, they're just playing it cool, I guess. So we'll see. The big pop from last night, 248.98. The action was awesome. Jared called this expected move here. I mean, to the T, guys. Look at that. Shoots right down to it. And what a slingshot bounce we had here. So just awesome. And then literally 10 minutes after we go off the live, I lose power. I'm like, look at that. So it waited for at least to get the earnings done before we lost power there. High of the pre-market this morning, it's a very tight range. We do have 278.75, and then down towards the bottom here, we do have 275.07, and then towards the bottom, we do have the rest of the levels again, also sitting at an all-time high here on Apple, so doing pretty nice. Right, all-time highs on this as well. Yes, all-time highs. All right, let's look at PLTR, one of our favorite tickets we like to look at. Again, hasn't been nice lately, but let's see if that can change. Highs of the pre-market is pretty much highs for the last two trading days right on this. So getting a lot of resistance as it tries to break through that. Let's see if today can be the day. 197.26 is the low of the pre-market. And then below, they got plenty of levels down here. Let me remove some of these because they're in the way. Low of 2 days ago. And then also there's it's 187.23 still in play as one of our levels. Let's take a look at NVIDIA cup, Apple cup and handle. I love these strategies. Who came up with these names? We'll have to see that. Is it? I'm interested. Hold on. Go back to the Apple. I don't trade that strategy, but is it this right here? Is this the cup and the handle? It has to be. What does that strategy mean? We're going higher, extending the handle, or
Where
we're...
are you drawn? I don't see where you're drawn at all. So.
Oh, right here. Is this a cup and handle
Oh, there
thing?
you go.
What does that mean? Is that a bullish, or are we
Yeah,
gonna flip the...
it's a little bit of a weak cup and handle, but yeah,
But that's what that is?
that's been around for a long time. That's an old one of the Japanese, comes from the sort of Japanese candlestick things. Picture a big ladle more than a cup
Yeah.
and handle. But
What
anyway.
does it actually mean, though? Is it like bullish, or what does it... What are we trying to do there with it? Do you know, or...
It is bullish, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so there it is, friends. Let's see what else. NVIDIA. Let's finish off with NVIDIA and then get ready for the market open, friends. Just above 10 minutes left here for the bell. 207.50 is the high of the pre-market, and the low for NVIDIA is down at a 205.39. Again, it was so messy yesterday. It's got to do better than that today, hopefully. But there it is, surrounded by the highs and lows for the last two trading days. Really great move here. We took advantage a lot when this happened. Not me personally, but a lot of you guys did trade this very well. And we're looking to see what's the next step for NVIDIA. Someone in Bloomberg called the CEO the godfather of AI. I'm like, wow, you cannot be more right. This guy's enjoying everything, making partnerships everywhere. They just did a partnership with some major South Korean company. I mean, he's putting little flags in every little AI company. He's investing in everything he can. I mean, he is doing everything right.
Yeah, we've got to a point where, frankly, these valuations are, I don't know what to do with it anymore. So $5 trillion is where we're sitting right now for Nvidia, and like
Yeah,
the value of that company theoretically is it's greater than the GDP of Germany, I think, or something. So
yeah,
it's one of these where, and Germany's what, the third most powerful economy in the world, or fourth, or something like that, and so Nvidia's bigger. How does that make any sense? But
yeah,
it's here we are.
yeah.
Doesn't have to make
Here
sense,
we
right?
are. That's it. That's it. Peter, tell us what our friends are watching. Then we'll hand it off to our live traders. I'm gonna go get a cup of Joe.
Yeah. So let's see. What are our mods watching? Well, Dave starting to get their lists in. Megan, as always, keeping it focused on coin and Oracle. Oracle's another one that's seen a lot of gains recently and questionable as to whether it's worth evaluation. Might be a good move. So she's going to keep an eye on that for us. Brendan will be watching Amazon, Apple, AMD, and Nvidia. I've got a big list today with Amazon, Apple, Nvidia dominating my list as well. I'll also be taking a look at AMD, Reddit, Coin, and MSTR. Mike is going to be watching AMD and Nvidia. Brian will be trading live in the chat room, Amazon, Apple, PLTR, and Nvidia. Gary's got Meta on his mind. Jared will be watching Amazon, Apple, Coin, Roku, and MSTR. So sounds familiar, right? So our other mods have their lists in. Whatever you're watching, you know what? Just make sure that you trade smart. It is a Friday. We want to make sure that we go into the weekend, hopefully holding your head high, say, you know what, I followed my rules, and don't be over eager. This is something I'm going to be trying it today. If I don't see my setup right at the open, don't jump into it. This has been a bad week for me about jumping into things that I shouldn't have, and then I had to make up for some early losses. So I'm going to try and avoid that here this morning. And that's all I have to say about that. And I've lost Carlos. And I've already done my impression of Forrest Gump. Time to fly. Then I don't know what else to do. Carlos is not here. To the moon. I can't wait to give out chocolate to the kids in this costume, and they're gonna be like, "Why are you a Rocket Man?" Anyways, they won't. They probably won't get the stock reference, but it'll be entertaining for me. I have to admit, when I was getting this costume, I got it just for you guys, just for this moment, and I really debated because I've always wanted one of the T-Rex costumes, and I like do I go T-Rex? It's just not topical, but I really want one for no particular reason, just because they looked like fun. But I went with a rocket instead. So so here we are this morning. T-Rex is always topical. They have some other ones. They had like a Tyrannosaurus. No, what's the Triceratops? That's what I'm trying to say. I saw a Triceratops one. I'm like, that's cool. It's a little different. Anyways, went with the rocket. So that's what we got.
All right. I see Brian was
So
trying to log in. We'll let him do his thing here. Guys in chat, have a great trading. Oh, wait, we gotta show you this. Brian came into the remix.
Okay.
Look at that. Pirates of the Caribbean.
There you go. We got Pirate Brian.
Very nice. Very nice. All right.
Captain Brian Sparrow here. Excellent.
Wow.
Oh, there you go. Now he's got the red light going. It's all going good. All right, we'll leave him to the chat room. We'll stick around with you guys here on YouTube. 5 minutes to go to the open. I got to get things set up here. How am I going to do this? Trade with my inflation. Inflatable self.
Yes. All right, we're good to go. All right.
You realize, Carlos?
Yeah.
This makes you the one guy at the party who didn't dress up. Now.
I know, man. I know, and I was so bummed out. Like, you know what? I don't have time. Just I was going to rush back after I dropped off the kid. Like, oh, let me see if I have time to do it. I literally got here like 2 minutes before having to go live. So I'm like, just next time. But yeah. Mario, welcome to the garbage and to the Lambos and garbage truck family, my friend. Good to have you. Glad to see you there. As we get ready for this market open. Let's see here. Got our charts ready. Let's see. Today's feels, I don't know, Peter.
Feel enthusiastic?
It doesn't feel great.
No?
Let's see. It doesn't feel I was more excited yesterday than today. Let's see what today.
I'm sorry to hear that. Well, maybe that's good, because sometimes when you're not feeling it is when the good stuff happens, because you're a little calmer into the trades.
Yeah, no.
You just wait for them to happen. We'll see.
Let's
It's
see.
okay.
All
You
right.
know, maybe it's a no trade day for you. You go into it
Yeah.
with that thought, and then if something happens, it's just bonus.
Yeah. Exactly. And I have no problems having a no trade day. Done them plenty of times in the past. You know.
Yeah.
All right. Here it is. Get our atlas up and going. 3 minutes to the market open. Friends over on YouTube, if you haven't done so, hit that thumbs up. It does help you stay green and have green trades when you hit the thumbs up, right? So the universe gives you, you give something, the universe gives you back, and it'll hopefully give you back a green day today by hitting the thumbs up button on the stream. So thank you guys. Good morning, Cyber Koshat. Welcome, T-Man. Green thumb, yes. Lance, welcome. Faizan, I might just say all my earnings. I might just add all my earnings back to Amazon. I think I'm reading it wrong or I'm missing something. The banner at the bottom is missing. Oh, let's bring that bad boy up. Here and here. Thank you, sir. Thanks, Ben. Oh, Demi, so sorry to hear that. So Demi lost a lot of money this week. Some weeks are like that. Some weeks are just brutal. And there were some brutal trades this week. There were some stocks that they were not friendly, man. They were like that Nvidia yesterday. Tesla a couple of times this week also was mean. It was not fun. Yesterday was great, but I think it was before yesterday was just ugly, like really choppy, no continuation. So if you're a continuation trader, yeah, you had a couple of days we had a tough time. So
Where's
so here's the thumbnail we did for this morning. Anybody know who this guy is? You he walked down the street next to you. You won't even notice.
All right. Yeah.
Again, people just don't know him, right? But he's the CEO of Amazon. All right, friends. Less than 35 seconds to the market open. Peter, what is your favorite ticker? If you had to pick one.
Amazon.
There you go. Good. Same for me.
Yeah.
Good. That's
Yeah.
the one today.
I don't know whether it's going to give it. I mean, I'm not even sure which direction to take it at this point because obviously we're
Yeah.
gapping up quite a bit, moving down into the open. So I think this might be one of these like a lead balloon trade uh, where it might actually drop, but we'll see. You know what I haven't done? I haven't got my trading terminal Atlas up. The opening bell just rang.
Yeah.
Tesla. Oh, Tesla's getting a pop there. Where's Amazon? Amazon's got top side orders, but
Mm-hmm.
wait. I got this weird when I turn my head, the air shoots out of the neck hole of my costume and into my headphones, and
You get a
it's a little
weak
weird.
pressure point, a leak. You get a leak
Yeah,
in the costume.
and but it blows right on the headphones, which is a little odd.
Yeah. All right, Amazon getting a drop here, friends. As we are
Yeah,
a minute in. Let's see what the
yeah.
action
No
is.
trades for me. I
Uh, CK, great question. We're waiting for a webinar that Andrew's going to do about the funded account. There's just so many questions, and to be honest,
yeah,
it's such a delicate thing that we don't know the answer to to that, right?
yeah.
So we got to wait
So
for the
so
experts
next
to,
week.
yeah, next week.
Yeah.
If you cannot wait, I think info at tradingterminal.com. Send them an email, let them know what your concerns are. They'll give you the best answer, man, because it's changes into, we have it nice and set. So, um,
Come on. Pick up those orders at 250. I'm watching Amazon here to see if we pop back up towards VWAP. There we go. That's good. I want to see them take out those 250 orders though.
Uh, man, hopefully I'm right on this one. I think it's info@tradingterminal.com. I'm gonna give you that. Info@tradingterminal.com. If it's not info, it's support, or it's not team, but it's either support or info. I don't know why they should make everything support at tradingterminal.com, support at Berber Traders, like support. So we know, so it's easy for us to tell you what the answer is, right? But I think it's info@tradingterminal.com. I have to look it up later. All right, friends, let's focus in. Apple diving here, PLTR taking off. Look at that, PLTR, guys. 1 minute or 1 minute engulfing. That is nice. Very, very nice.
I am I am short Amazon here at VWAP trying to get a move down, but it's holding here a little bit better than I was hoping. So I want to see it drop down to the low of day so I can get a partial. Anything over VWAP, I'm gonna have to jump out pretty quickly. But let's see if we can get a drop. Come on, lose it, Amazon. Lose it.
You're short Amazon. All
Come
right,
on,
all
Amazon.
right. That's a good trade, Peter. I like that rejection, man.
There we go. There we go. That's the move I was looking for. All right, started taking a
Very
partial just because
nice,
it
very nice.
was so hard to get here. Another partial once we get to past low of day. If we can get there 248. Let's
That
get
is a
through
great,
248.
great
Can
trade.
it do that? There we go. 247.90. Took another partial. Ooh, I got filled to 247.80. That's good.
Wow,
So
very nice, Peter.
let me show you my trade here.
All right, Peter,
So
short Amazon friends. What a nice, nice
there you
move
go. You can see
off the VWAP.
I got in and then added. I got in with a small size and then added on its way down here. So
Yeah, I have Atlas open. I have Atlas open, and I have it on Amazon. Yep,
take
absolutely. And I
a
think
gonna
Peter
take
does as
another
well.
partial here. So another partial. We're looking good on this trade so far here. Very good, very good.
Excellent, excellent. DFCS, what's this? DFSC, DFSC.
So this would be lead balloon type trade, which is a little bit of a unusual one we don't normally take, but Amazon, which is gapping up.
Um,
Okay. You're not in anything yet, Carlos?
no, no, I'm not in anything
Look
yet.
have you looked at PLTR? It actually
Yeah,
moved
it
today.
wonderful. 1 minute engulfing pattern, and I missed it, man. It's not ready for that.
No,
Just
it's
took off.
no, and it's not usual for it, is it? So
Yeah, yep. Roku, what's Roku doing? So you guys calling out Roku? Let's take a look. Oh yeah, look at that. Very light. It's moving. I mean, it's crushing right now, but man, very light volume. So you got to really have a trading style that can work with that. In on PLTR, nicely done. So if you're in on PLTR or Roku, you're doing pretty good. Meta's rejecting here. That's a big 5 minute candle.
not what's happening? Terminal. No, looks like oof. Getting really close to stopping me out here on Amazon. There you go. Okay, so I'm out of Amazon. Well,
Happened to the terminal.
yeah, it seems to have gone down here. Oh, there it is. It's back.
I just had a little stutter step there. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
So that's okay. You know, it's when you take these open trades, they're not always going to last very long. Amazon, it is obviously up a good, 11-12% here this morning, so not a
yeah.
surprise. And if I'd had gotten more of my entry right at VWAP, I might have actually survived this, uh, but I'm out. So
Yeah.
that's okay. I'll take it.
I like the setup. Not right now, but for long on Amazon, it's looking pretty nice. If it can get the VWAP, it's got to get the VWAP. HD, there's no volume on it. Not momming, and there's no volume on it right now. So, I would look for this setup, with some volume, right? So that you're not getting that at the moment. So let's see if Amazon wants to head higher. If we can get the break. Got a couple of things, VWAP, and also you could do it as the 5 minute engulfing. So if you look at the 5 minute, here's the nice engulfing that we can get going around 250. That could be also another opportunity to take this long. Um, so if I could combine this two, VWAP breakout and an engulfing on the 5 minute, that would be ideal. But either one of those you could really take on your own if the signals look good. Wow, your TR continuing its bullish move here.
Yeah. Seems Brian's in the chat room, and
Nice,
he just added to
nice.
it on the pullback, so he's getting a
Oh,
good move there.
look at Apple. Apple is beautiful.
Yeah, Apple's selling off, eh?
Oh,
All red candle. Well, there's one little green candle in there.
yeah, little.
All red.
Amazon is struggling here. Struggling? What do you want to do, buddy?
I don't know where Amazon is going to go right now, so no point risking anything there.
Yep, yep.
You want to look at something really, really ugly? Look at Rigetti, RGTI. To pull up a 1 minute chart of Rigetti.
Ooh, yes. What is going on?
Look
Barcode.
at that.
You can scan that
Isn't
and
that
get like a Target
disgusting?
item. You can
Yeah.
scan that on Amazon and it probably come up with like something. Probably got a garbage bin.
Oh,
Give you a garbage bin on that.
that is like rarely do you see full candles like that, up and down, up and down, up and down. For like you can see wicks, but that's just anyways. I just
That's
have that on one of my charts, and I'm like, that is massively ugly.
it's nasty.
So yeah. Anyways,
All right, Amazon struggling to get going here. Well, what do we have here? Atlas on Nvidia. Let's take a look. Atlas, Nvidia. Here it
Roku
is.
Roku made a pretty decent move higher here off the open.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Maybe I'll put Roku up here just to keep an eye on that.
It looks bullish on Nvidia. You got tons of orders at 210 on Nvidia. So that's what I'm seeing here. Again, not that you have nothing in the bottom. 205, you got some stuff, but 210, yeah, you definitely are got more towards the upside that this can go get. So that's looking pretty nice there. Meta usually trades a little bit lighter volume. So you're not going to get as much liquidity as you would in Nvidia, but you do see some weakness here. A lot of bids towards the bottom here as well. What's that? 660, 660. Yeah, right at 660. Of course, the whole dollar number makes sense. And then the next one here, 658, got a little bit, but this is the big one here, 660, and really nothing towards the top. There's nothing up there. So Pretty dead. Pretty dead. All right, friends. No trades for me yet.
Mhm. Mm.
Nvidia below the VWAP. I thought Nvidia looked bullish. Let me see. Did that change? No, it's still. Even though it's dropping, the orders are definitely still. Their imbalance is towards the top for sure. So let's see how it plays out.
Yeah,
But
Nvidia's a little
yeah,
uncertain.
but it's been trading so brutal, man. So you got to be careful. PTR, on the other hand, look at that. It's ready to break a new high here. Um, Brian should still be in this if he took it in.
No, he got
He
out. He
bailed.
actually got out of that.
What?
He did.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
he was.
Oh.
It's too bad, eh? Because now it's
Mm.
pushing higher.
Ah, shame, shame, man. This status looks like it wants to go.
Shame, shame, shame.
Ah, Nvidia. The orders don't lie, baby. Look at this.
Hmm.
Orders don't lie. Could mislead you for a second, but uh Nvidia above the view up there, doing it in a real nice fashion. Amazon trying to get going. I think Amazon wants to give us a long play here, guys. I think it really, really does. Like, we're gonna wait for the setup above the VWAP, and it's third day. Third day. I could see them pushing a little bit higher. Nothing too crazy. The Hips Don't Lie by Shakira. Oh, I know the song very well, my friend. I know the song very well.
Yeah, I didn't
That
think
was
about it until right now, but trading Amazon short on this day, it paid for my costume and my last couple of Amazon purchases before that. So
yeah,
there you go. So it's good.
awesome, man. Take the proceeds and buy more boxes on Amazon.
Yeah. Although we're trying, well, yeah, I'll give you
Trying
both
not
that.
to buy Amazon, not to buy
Yeah,
Amazon stuff.
yeah,
Is there a
there's a
Canadian one you could
Nash.
buy instead?
Yeah, that's the reason it's an American company, so there's a little bit of that nationalistic stuff going on.
Oh man, good luck with that one.
Uh,
Amazon is so
but
good.
yeah, I know. There
Yeah.
isn't there's no Canadian equivalent. No.
No, no, it's they have even here. It just can't beat it, man. Can't beat it. It's
Yeah.
just he's done a great job, man. He's put in the work, done the homework, took the risk, and it's paid off drastically.
You, you can't buy anything directly from Shopify. But it's just a website clearinghouse.
Yeah, this the Shopify and the eBays of the world, and no, thank you. I want this. I want to see the
Yeah.
reviews. I want that, and just bring it. And the returns. Oh my goodness, the returns so beautiful. Want to return something? Take it to Kohl's. Here it is. No box, no nothing. Bye. See ya. It's just
I
he's
mean,
made it so
actually,
easy.
I just settled something yesterday where I bought from a local retailer. I was trying to buy local, and I bought some shoes and a squash ball. And of course, I got the two big boxes of shoes, but they didn't include the little squash ball, and I knew it. Like I'm like, should I do this? But I needed a new squash ball, so I thought I'll try. And of course, it didn't come in the box. And there and I knew it's always the small things, right, that they forget to put in there
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
buy online. So anyway, so I had to figure out how to call their customer service, which they never make easy, right? Like
No.
there is a customer service line and there were people, but trying to find it was tough. But once I did, I called and like, all right, well, we'll look into it. And then a week went by and I completely forgot about it, to be honest. It was like a $5 squash ball, right? Like it's no big deal. Um, but I just got a call back like a week and a half after I had put the call in, and they said, "Yeah, sorry, we did a check, and we checked our receipts, and it was not in the box, so you definitely didn't get it. We don't actually have any in our warehouse, so we'll just refund you and give you a coupon for your off your next purchase." So I'm like, "Cool, thanks, appreciate it." So they did right by me. I can't complain. I still don't have a squash ball, but
Oh man.
it was Sport Check that I was ordering through Andrew D. So in the end, they it was all good.
Yeah,
But
it's tough. It sucks. You want because you want to help local business. It's not just no. Obviously, Canada doesn't want to buy from the U.S. I get that. But take it to even a smaller level, right? You want to buy local. Like I want to buy from my local stores here in town, but they make it hard, man. When things are more
it
expensive, and then
yeah,
you give me a hard time on the return, and it's they make it hard. They make it hard, and
I
you got
did
these. Yeah.
I did have Andrew's voice in my head because you guys are like, yeah, it's only $5 ball. There's no way he'll find the number. But it did become a principal thing, sort of like when Andrew was making fun of me for going to court to fight my parking tickets. And yeah,
Mm.
it was only a couple $100 in parking tickets, but I was right and I won, damn it, and I still don't regret it for a second. So, you know,
Hey, listen, it is what it is.
that's it's always dangerous to pick a fight with the angry old man who's got time on his hands, right? So. He will he will
uh,
take you to the mat. It doesn't matter if it makes sense or not.
yeah, yeah, I hear you, man.
Uh,
So yeah, guys, if you send me an email in the last couple of hours, I haven't answered emails yesterday. We've been busy with all these live streams, man, and then I lost power last night, so we've been busy. And MVP, if you sent me an email a month ago and I haven't responded to you, I just don't like you, man. That's it. It's just that's what it is. If you email a month ago and I didn't get
so
back to you, I'm not a fan of you. I'm kidding.
yeah.
Resend it, because there was a point where we were doing the five giveaways every single day. It was, oh my goodness, the amount of emails. Oh boy, oh boy. So
So
just resend it so it comes back to the top.
is power loss like you've mentioned it a couple of times? Does that happen often to you?
It does not. Around my town does. Everything here, Peter, every line is on poles. There's nothing on the
Okay.
ground. Everything's above ground. So the last 2 days, man, we've been getting some heavy, heavy winds, and the trees still got all their leaves on here. So when you got
Mm,
that, these trees are coming
right.
down and they're just creating havoc. So um
Right.
yesterday, and it happened at the worst time, like commuting for the kids and everything. It was a mess. Everybody coming home, people trying to get their kids, school bus stuck in places, flooding. I mean, it was just messy, man. I heard a person, two people, four, five people
Uh,
died in New York with this flooding. I heard the story of the one
what?
guy in the news. Yeah, the one story of the one guy in Brooklyn. He went to his basement to look for his dog and never came back out. I'm like,
What?
what are you doing, man? I
Did,
get it. Dogs, you gotta love the dogs. I get it, but seriously, like, no.
did like was he electrocuted in the water
No,
in the
he
basement or
drowned.
something?
He
Or
drowned. I
he
guess he
just
got
drowned?
stuck. He got stuck in a place where he probably couldn't get out. I mean,
Damn.
and yeah, and some other people in two
Wow.
cases in the basement. People got drowned. I'm
Well,
like,
that's
but the
sad.
one actually purposely went to get the dog. It's like, dude, unless
Yeah.
you're 39 years old, unless you're a swimmer, young guy, unless you're a swimmer and you know what you're doing, man. This is not a pool where you just could put your head up wherever you want. You could be in a very bad situation.
Well, I think you
Um,
got weird stuff floating around, I guess, down there too, because stuff that you
yeah,
wouldn't expect to be moving would be floating if it's
yeah.
really flooded. But 39, you'd think you'd be able to overcome that.
I know you
Well, I don't
think,
know.
but you never know, man. Like
Yeah, yeah,
y-
it's true.
you never know. It's you can't find your way out. It's dark, man. Listen, you just never know. But yeah, but MVP, yeah, resend me that email, man, so I can get you what you need. Uh,
Amazon's heading back up to the VWAP here. It looks like we hit maybe a bottom for the open here.
yeah, I'm
The
liking
market's
Amazon more and
bouncing.
more for long, friends. I really am. So let's see if we can get this
Yeah,
set up here.
be
Let's see.
be careful on it. I don't I'm not convinced, but I'm not a great long trader. You know how I love my shorts, so
Yeah. Well, it's not ready yet. So like I like it because it's holding here at above
Mm,
that 248, but it's not ready until we start getting settling above that VWAP for like that 5 minute breakout for the VWAP retest. So yeah, right now it's a
right.
no at the moment.
Ugh, this sitting down in this costume is like choking me. But I have to keep the seal or I lose the. You'll see me slowly sinking lower and lower into my costume.
All right, friends, here it is. Let's go.
Things I do for fashion for you guys, huh?
Melanie mentioned she was expecting Batman and Robin. We'll do something like that next year. We won't do Batman and Robin because you're expecting it now. But me and Peter will do. Let's do something like that next year. It'll be fun. You just gotta wait 12
We
months.
need to.
Not that long.
You know what we really need? I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to ruin, but this would have to be a custom job. But you know, when those kids get the costumes when they're a transformer and they turn into like a car and then they stand
Oh,
up
it's
and they're
so
like,
cool.
we
Yeah, those
we
are
need
so
we
cool.
need a Lambo and a garbage truck transformer costumes. We could do that. That would be awesome.
You could probably get they probably have a Lamborghini already. I don't know if they have it for adults, but I think the Lamborghini or
Uh,
the might be out there. Um, the garbage
uh,
truck, I'm not sure. We'll have to custom make that one.
we have a full year to prep. I'm not spending a year making that costume. I'll admit right now.
It's got to be something we just click,
If
order,
I
arrives.
If I, yeah, exactly. If I can't get off my lazy ass to write you guys a book, I'm not doing that. So it's all right.
Yeah, that's
So
that talks.
still watching here. I had my one trade on Amazon early on. I'm well out of that now. It's a shame I wasn't able to hold into that. But contemplated going back short a little earlier. But anyways, but it was not as mature of a setup. Glad I didn't.
Uh, Here it
But
is.
I am happy
Amazon
so
above
far.
VWAP.
Right, it's a Friday. I did stick to my rules, right? It was one of my structured trades. I watched Amazon, and only when it's set up for what I was looking for did I take it. So even though I didn't
Mm-hmm.
wait the 5 minutes, that's okay. So that, I didn't have to wait if it was a structured one, which it was. So now I need something good to add to it, which probably will come a little later. I got some breakfast too. I woke up late because I only got home from my shift on the mean streets of Ottawa here at around midnight. Pretty late for me.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and then I was all hyped up. I was all hyped up for driving around. We at one point we went only a local would know anyways. We drove from like to Barhaven, so from Nepean south to Barhaven, and it's just like the stretch of road through country land anyways before you get to that next little sort of subdivision. And Carlos, we were doing like 160 down there with the lights going, trying to get to a call, which would be 160 is like 100 miles an hour. So we're doing 100 miles an hour down this, you know, country road. I mean, it was dead flat and there was no one on it, but it was I'm like, yeah, haven't done that before.
It's pretty nice.
Pretty awesome.
Legally.
Pretty awesome. Yeah,
Haven't done it
legally.
before legally.
Yeah. And at one point there was a traffic camera, so the speed limit at one point was 60 kilometers an hour, which is what, 35 miles an hour or something like
Yeah.
that. And we blew through it at 160, and I watched the camera go off, and he's like, I'm gonna have to explain that. I'll have to put in a report, but you know, cops are cops don't have to pay it. So
Yeah.
it's in the
Nice.
performance of duties. But it was good that we were making the tracks because it was sort of a sad. It was someone who was causing some havoc and ripped the cover off a toilet and was beating people at a local Dairy Queen with it. How do you like that?
Mm.
Anyways, it was so we had some interesting calls. So nothing major, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, Be nice. So if
Yeah.
your stop is
Eh,
271, I mean, follow your plan, right? If you have your stop at 271 and you're in Google, right? Yeah, it's looking very ugly right now. But if that was your plan, stop at 271 on your entry. Clearly, that's what you plan to risk. I would just follow your plan unless you see something where there's it's inedible for there's no chance for it to come back up to your target or your plan's no longer in place. Then you can get out earlier. But I would just follow your plan, right? If you put 271, expect that, hey, it can come down to 275 and bounce from there, right? You did that for a reason. So I would just follow your plan. I wouldn't, once you're in the trade, if you have your plan set, just let it play out, you know? I try to do that when I enter my trades. So let's just let it play out. And unless I see something that's outrageous, like, okay, this is not good for my plan, uh, then we jump out. I put my stop at break even usually. Oh, look at that. See, this is why we wait for our entry signal. We're Amazon is just not giving us our entry signal. A few times it tried to get going, they didn't really give the bounce. It keeps rejecting, so we're not getting a good VWAP breakout on Amazon. It keeps rejecting every single time here. So glad we didn't go in long on it. So I still like it long, but it's not giving us a good signal yet to jump in. So
no. No, it's a pretty uncertain. And you got to remember it's already up, said 11, 12% here, so
yeah,
and that's a big move for Amazon. Just look at the daily, you can sort of see and we're at all-time highs. So, finding new buyers here could be a challenge today. I mean, this could be the price at which it just settles because it's good, it's at a stable price, but might
yeah.
not be ready.
How about Hood today? Low volume, but cranking away here. It's up nicely.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do we have? Nvidia long? No, I don't like it yet. Uh, you think in reverse, you
Nvidia.
gotta wait for a setup. This
Oh
looks like it
yeah,
wants to keep
no.
going. Yeah, it looks like it
Yeah,
wants to
it
break
does.
break lower.
Uh,
So
Looks like that to me.
yeah, I wouldn't get in. I would not get in long now, me personally, right? So Rigetti did break out. Still, it's an ugly breakout though, and it's hard to take this trade, right? Because you've been doing this all morning. Unless you saw some kind of
Mhm.
signal tell you, hey, now is the time we're actually gonna break this here. How did you spot that signal? Is the key, right? Um, and in many cases, it's just gonna be very difficult to do that. Uh,
And it's following like if you go right from the Rigetti chart to QBTS, and it's very similar, right? The QBTS chart looks very
yeah,
similar to this. So, clearly it's a sector sort of generally the way the sector's moving, and like you said, Carlos, I would find it really hard to take that trade. And if you've got a strategy for it, then, who knows? There could be
yeah,
good probability in it, but neither Carlos nor I have one.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's a good point, Pierre. Like when we're talking and we're talking about the strategies that we trade, right? So you could have something where
mhm.
this looks perfect and hitting all your criterias, definitely take the trade, right? Tesla, yeah, trying to do some stuff here. Where is yeah, Amazon and Apple both selling down a little bit here, so not working out well. BOTR flat. Nvidia was a great short and continuing. Look, another low now. It's a great
Mhm.
short here. This actually could have been a nice VWAP breakdown. How come we did it? We missed this. How did we miss this? This is a great VWAP breakout. I got the breakout, break through the VWAP. Here's the pullback, beautiful pullback, and then here's your entry signal. Stop loss slightly
Good
above the VWAP.
question.
How did we miss this?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I wasn't really paying attention to it, I
No,
guess,
I was
is,
looking
is
in
the
chat.
honest
Nobody,
answer.
nobody called it out.
Hmm?
Jillian, you're short Nvidia, and you did it. Oh, you did not call it. Yeah, yeah. See, not nice, man.
Yeah. So there
How do
you
I?
go.
How?
It's all Jillian's fault.
Oh, Jillian's fault. How do we
Keeping all
block?
the
How do we
keeping
block?
keeping all the good stuff to herself. Be that way.
uh,
Just kidding.
no,
Uh,
it's okay.
we do that in jest, of course, because it's our
Yeah,
responsibility. You gotta watch your
of
own
course.
stocks, right? And you can't catch them all.
That's right.
It's just a reality. So, bad on us.
Yeah,
Carlos. We should have had each other's back, and we're looking at it.
that's a
But I was
that's a
still
good one. Go ahead.
yeah. I would just say, I was still watching Amazon, I have to admit, and trying to figure out where it was going. And it's on a screen. Like I've got Nvidia up here, but you're
Yeah,
right.
I
In
got it up.
hindsight, looking at
Yeah.
it, it looks great, but I didn't get it either. So
hmm
oh well. Oh well. That happens. Move on to the next opportunity.
Jillian, did you take it as a VWAP breakdown as well? Or you traded it in a different strategy? Just curious. Okay, Nvidia's trying to pull some stuff here. Yeah, nice. A great one. That's a great one. You need to take the dumb trade sign today. Take the damn
Mm.
trade. Yeah.
You could take the. Hopefully, it's the damn trade, not the dumb trade.
Don't take the dumb trade.
Yeah.
Don't take that trade. All right. Wow. Nothing. 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 Okay. Microsoft short. Let's see what you're thinking and looking at here. Microsoft. Strategy, right? What's the strategy? Yes, it's selling down now, but what are you looking? Low of the day breakdown. Low of the day break it. They're tough after you're down so much in the morning. So there's got to be what's your stop? Like, what's the plan, right? What's the plan? Um, or else we're just taking a trade just to take it. And the issue with that is you cannot do that consistently, right? There's too many gut feeling type trades, and you don't want that, right? So what's the plan for this trade here? Scalping is like the only thing that you can get away with. Like, okay, I think it's weak. I'm gonna go short here, and I'm gonna have a tight stop, like 25 cents above, which is a tight stop for Microsoft, 50 cents above, right? I'm looking to try to get a dollar or two. That's probably the only one that you can trade because you get in, and if it doesn't happen quickly, you're out of break even. Peter, I've seen you do that sometimes with your reversals, right? You have the setup, you get in, a very tight stop. If that move doesn't happen right away, you're out even at break even, right? And at least you don't lose no money. Other than that, you gotta have a plan. You gotta have a very detailed plan when taking this. So does look very weak here. Um, uh, Law form, yeah. If anybody's looking at something, let us know. I mean, I am no trades, not even on the funded account, just nothing. Yes, the orders do show up on both. So whatever you see on the Atlas is level two. Atlas is level two, but just a visualization of level two. The one thing you don't have in level two is the history, right? So level two on DAS is current, like right now. This is what you have in the system right now. On Atlas, you can kind of see sort of like a history when orders disappear or not. So it makes it easier to identify. Now, can you do the same thing with the level two? Absolutely. If somebody's sitting here with a bunch of shares and you see that number go away, then you know that it went away, and they probably went somewhere else. But with Atlas, you can visualize this a little bit easier for some people to see it in this format, right? So it has its benefits where you can clearly see where their levels are at, right? But these orders, if they're here, they're on level two on DAS, right? That means somebody actually put them there, and once you put them in the system with your broker, everybody can see them, okay? And that's what that is. So, but this
Now,
was
that being
easy to
said,
see.
there's
Mm-hmm.
there are
Go ahead.
different order books, and you've got to make sure you're subscribed to them
Yes.
all and have them identified. So there are certain
Yes.
settings you have to set and subscription levels if you're in DAS or other tools that are doing it level two. That's one of the advantages of a tool like Atlas does. You
Mm-hmm.
notice it doesn't talk about what exchange is available on, where it's coming through. It just aggregates that all and says, here's the total order book, which is
Yep.
frankly at our level all we care about, right? We're not selling to specific brokers. I don't really care who it is that's got them available. I just need to know what the availability is. So,
Yeah. Man, Amazon really rejected off the VWAP nicely, friends. Look at this.
mm.
Uh, 5 minute RB. Could be a 5 minute RB breakdown here. Stop to 48.20. Or it could just bounce and be chop. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this one a try. We'll give it let's see, what do we have? Atlas. We do. Yeah, we have so many orders at 250 though. I don't know about that. I don't know about this trade. I'm not too confident on it. I don't want to take a trade just to take a trade because I haven't done anything today. I'm not gonna do that. Yes, Thor is coming today, my friend. So he'll be Oh no, Thor. He's traveling today, and I think Nathan is the one covering. I think he mentioned that yesterday, before hopping off, right? So, so Nathan will be on today, unless something changed with Thor's flight. People are starting to feel the pressure of traveling now. The delays are starting to
Mm.
pile up. I mean, here yesterday was mayhem because of the winds and the storm, and we're expecting even more heavy winds tonight and throughout the day. So, it's gonna be wild. All right, we're going
Yeah,
short Amazon, friends. Let's go.
I'm lucky that I'm inland enough that we're avoiding all that. I mean, we just got a lot of rain, but no heavy storm
Okay,
front really.
here we are. So we're short Amazon. Um, let's see if we get the breakdown. I do see some orders piling up to the bottom here. Some bids. So let's see if we can get a drop here. Um, but you're starting to see now in other airports it's not weather related. You're starting to see delays due to staffing issues, right? So it's starting to happen. Let's see, this government shutdown is gonna, the longer it is extends, the more issues like this you're gonna start seeing, especially with travel, which is not the right time because you have the biggest traveling holiday coming up, Turkey Day. Let's see how it goes. 245 would be great. I see a bunch of orders at 245. It's not more than what we have at 250. But I'm hoping we can see some weakness sell through this low, and then the 245 would be awesome. And then from there, it can probably bounce back. It is a strong stock today. We're up 11%. So let's see if this can give us at least a breakdown to 245 would be great. Me and my wife both have not been paid for over 3 weeks, and we have to go to work every single day. Yeah, that's tough, man. That's
Wow, that's got to be real tough,
that's gotta suck, you
dude.
know.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I feel
And
for you. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
you don't deserve that. You're
yeah.
doing a
And it's not like they're gonna pay you with interest, right? Like you're holding my money, and when they back pay you, where's
yeah.
the interest, right? So so it's a shame. Again, I'm telling you, our government does some funny stuff, man. Has nothing to do whether it's Trump or this or whoever or Democrats or Republican, because we've done the same crap with Democrats and Republicans. Both sides have done this government shutdown thing, right? And it's like, why do you have to hurt regular Americans? Like, don't pay the people that work at the government, like the senators and all these people. Don't pay those guys, right? And let the budget be separate when you pass these policies. Let people get paid. Um, I think TSA should be private. I don't think government should be owning the airports. They don't know how to run the country. They should not run airports. It's just they don't know how to do it. They don't. It's like the smartest people in the world don't know how to run things. It's just, and again, it's on both sides, both of them.
Mm.
Doesn't matter whether it's Democrat, Republican. They're just so bad, man. It's not that difficult. Unless you're trying to help your people and your boys and you're trying to do some shady stuff, which I think they all do. Then it's difficult. It's not doing the right thing. Well, they're gonna suck, but they're not gonna shut down when the government has problems, right? They're still gonna have a job. They're still gonna get paid, right? So FA controllers, yeah, those you don't want those guys stressed. That's for sure.
Wow, Amazon did end up dropping.
No, it's struggling, man. Having a hard
Mm.
time here, but it okay. There it is. Gonna hold off to 245. Da, da, da.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a chase down here to short at that point. I hope it works. Come on, let's go. Go for Carlos.
Let's do it. I should have taken a short on. Oh man, taking a short here on our funded account as well. Um,
Mm.
yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
we talk and we
what the?
talk and we have no idea, right? It's just our opinion. Like nobody really knows unless you're sitting in those shoes. Who knows, man? I do believe that everybody thinks they're doing the right thing. I want to believe that everybody thinks they're doing the right thing for the country. Um, but you know, you really don't know. Like, there's no way to really know.
It's weird.
Uh,
All right.
what you got going on, Peter?
Oh, the YouTube feed just seems to be it was
Copy?
downgrading my
Mm,
quality, my view quality, but it's thank you. It's not our feed. That's okay.
it's YouTube.
But
YouTube is acting up, man. I don't know what's going on with this username still. We still got usernames that are all messed up here. Um, I'm just gonna Google. Is that happening? By the way, has anybody been in any other live streams? Is it happening elsewhere, or it's not just us, right? Did we hit a button by mistake? Let's see here. Depends on the channel, really. Okay. Mm. All right. Well, let's see if they fix it. Yeah, Amazon popped up to my break-even point. It's not getting the breakdown we want here. Is a gradual rollout, no settings. Okay. All right. That explains it. Oh, on which one, Ben? Which one did you get stopped on? Um, Tesla high of day. Did Tesla break out? Look at that. Tesla is so good. So nice, so nice. Ah, that's the right answer. This is the only live stream I ever come to. There you go. That'll get you brownie points. That's the right answer. I like that. I like that.
All right. Pretty slow for me. To Tesla. Tesla's at a high of day.
RDDT.
Let me watch Tesla here to see if when the reversal time happens, PLTR might have topped here as well.
Yeah, yeah. Just sitting, waiting for Amazon to do its thing. Which sticker did Paris get stopped on? Let's see here. Amazon. Oh man, yeah. Well, you know what? I'm not too far from getting stopped out. So we'll see. Not too far. Let's see how it goes. BLTR was very good. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. 328 likes. That is awesome. Really appreciate it. It does help us out a ton. It really helps the channel to get going here. So thank you guys. Nvidia back down below my entry.
Oh, look at that.
It
You
is
just sent me
messy.
you just sent me a photo.
Who did?
Head mirror when we were at the cop shop, just standing with the car. Let's see.
Oh, nice.
I have the wrong screen up here. I can't see what I'm showing. There we go. Can we see that? All right.
Yep, you see that?
There it
That's
is.
pretty cool.
So anyway,
That is pretty cool, man.
it was an interesting evening. It's interesting to
Yeah,
see, like it's just such a admittedly being a cop is a weird job. A weird job because
hard. It's hard.
you see all sorts of the strange side of humanity, right? Like, and I was asking him,
Yeah.
like, do you just sort of lose faith in people? He's like, what, some days. It's, you know, we went on a couple of calls where it was just like people acting weird. And he's like, you never know if they're acting weird. Is it drugs or alcohol or a mental health issue or, is it just them? Like, it's just sometimes you can't tell. And yeah. Yeah, I do feel. I mean, you got to be pretty dedicated to be a decent cop, because there's a lot of weird stuff that happens out there. So
Yeah, it is madness. Mm. Come on, Amazon. Just give in to the weight of the bears and sell off. It's trying. It's trying. It's trying.
trying. It's a little tough here because it's looks like it's found a level it might comfortable at. I mean, it could break through this. You got lots of downside room, right? Because I mean,
Yeah.
heck, if it breaks, you could get a good $5-6 all the way down to 240, and it'll still be at all-time highs. So, or not quite at that point all-time high, but it'll certainly be at a
Yeah.
in the high range. 242.52 had been the previous all-time high. So you have some clear space down to there, anyways, if it can break.
Yeah.
Well, the SPY's moving down on you for you, Carlos. Maybe that'll give you a hand.
What was
Come
that?
on. The
Oh,
SPY, the markets overall are we just spiked down a little bit. So
yep, yep. What was the strategy on Amazon? Looks like a bit of a chase. I never chase. Only when I chase, but I never chase. But no, no. This one is a 5 minute. It's not a VI breakout, so don't think it's a VI breakout because it's not. If you look at it as a VI breakdown, it is definitely chase. I mean, this is more than chase. This is just horrible.
yeah.
If you're doing it like that, like this is not what you want to do. So for me, this was a 5 minute ORB breakdown, right? So this is our 5 minute range. Usually I like to trade the body. You could do both. You could do the wick or the body. It doesn't matter, especially when it's so. Actually, no. Let me take that back. It does matter, but when it's so close like this on a stock like Amazon, 50 cents is not really a big deal. You're giving Amazon like $1.50 sometimes for a stop, right? You try to get two or three. So that's your range there, and I'm looking for the breakdown. So after seeing weakness, here in the VWAP especially, coming down to the breakdown here, I'm looking for that breakdown to happen. So I'm trying to hold out for at least 245.50, 240.45. So the risk reward can make sense. Our stop is 248.50. So I'm trying to hold out to at least $2, for the first partial, but it's just struggling right now. So we'll see. I did not trade Amazon yesterday, but it's been trading much better though. That's for sure. Uh, Nvidia bouncing back. Amazon bouncing back. Tesla. What did Tesla do?
That's new high here. So still.
Very nice. Very nice. Nvidia trying to get a reversal going. What's your entry on Amazon? Amazon. I don't know if can you see it? It's so little, this triangle. It's funny, you zoom in, it doesn't make it bigger. It stays the same size even when you zoom in. That would have been
Oh.
nice if you zoom in, it gets bigger.
Huh.
It,
Yeah, I
it
never thought
doesn't.
about that, but
It
you're
just
right. I
stays the
guess it
same size.
doesn't.
Like I'm all zoomed in. It's just still very tiny.
Well, you can make it bigger. Go make it bigger.
Yeah, I could.
Easy. That's easy to
I
do.
could. Let's see here. This will be I know this. I know this. Study config. Yes.
Okay.
Price here.
No.
No, 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 no.
No, no.
No, 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 no. I know. Don't tell me, Peter. I'm gonna figure this out. Hold on, I got this. Config. No, chart config. Area. Ah, yes.
There you go.
There we go. Let me not go too big. I think it gets
Wow, you got the
crazy.
old menus going on. Look at
I
you.
do. So I'm used to it. So I'm used to the old menu. Yeah, I
Okay.
got the old menu.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
'Cause I kind of know where things are. And then when somebody asks me, oh, how do you do this? I start explaining that like, oh, I don't know how to get there. Then they got the new menu. So
Yeah.
kind of used to it. The triangle is your entries, right? So the triangles are your entries, right? This is short. Oh well, it's short and it could be sell, right? So short or cover. No, short or sell if you're long. In this case, we're short. And then the green one is long or cover. Like if we're able to cover to you, you'll see the green one coming up here. It'll be the cover. So this is entry, right? So this is entry, right? See, you don't see there's no other entries here. So this is my entry here for the short. So short on a 5 minute ORB breakdown. If it takes too long, we might settle for a little bit of money we'll make on this 246.50. But it might give us the flush. We just gotta be patient.
Gotta be patient. It's
Gotta be patient. Yeah.
yeah. It's one of those where literally it could go either way right now, right? So
Yeah, it really can. And I honestly think that even when we get the flush, I don't think we're gonna just get like this completely drop off the face of the earth. I think we just get down maybe 245, and I think it's just come right back up. That's what I think. But we'll be ready for a flush. Trust me. If it happens, we'll take advantage. But we're ready for it to come back if it does. All right, let's see. Trying again to make a new low. Let's see if it can make a new low. Let's go 245.50 will be awesome. Angela Foster. So we're using wait, I said that wrong. Angela Foster M1R dash M1R, right? Gotta say the serial numbers. This is Dash Trader Pro. So this is Dash Trader Pro tied with Interactive Brokers. You could use any platform out there. Pretty much gonna give you the same thing, or trading terminal, right?
yep.
So in trading terminal, I'm short. I gotta get better with the buttons. I made a mistake again. I went long in error, and I got out quickly. I hit the wrong button there. All right, new low. Very nice.
All right, there you go.
I want to see if 245.50. Are we being greedy or are we being smart? Which one is it?
Well, you had a target.
Okay, here it is, 245.50. Oh yeah, we're there. We're gonna take a partial here, friends. We're almost to one. We're not quite at 1 hour, but I think it's worth taking a partial here, especially how stubborn Amazon has been. Let's see if we can get 245. How is Atlas looking now that we broke a new low? Let's take a look on Atlas, Amazon. Here we are. 245. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. 245 would be great. Got a bunch of orders down there on Atlas. Wow, really? You're just gonna bounce just like that off 245.50? I mean, I kind of was expecting that, but not really.
Kind of expecting it, but not
kind
really.
of expecting that it was gonna drop and just come right back up, because the stock is strong. But I was hoping I was wrong. That's my phone going off.
Yeah, well, good thing you took that partial. And look at you, like right at the bottom of the candle, so it's not a
Yeah,
bad spot for it.
we got like 248. A great,
That's
great
good.
fill. Potential spam. So why did? Yeah, you know what? I don't know why. Just block these calls. Just block them.
I know, right? If they can tell you it's potential spam, and it always is whenever they say that,
Yeah,
just don't give them to me.
yeah. I don't even pick them up anymore. I didn't want to say hello. Like, I mean, like you said, if they catch it on YouTube, they can take our voice. But I didn't want to say hello to these people.
Wow. Saber Kusha? The coin, you're right. Look at the move higher
Coin.
on coin here.
Let's take a look.
It's got a good
Coin.
upward run.
Good
Wow.
morning. Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, 10:30.
So,
Hey
What?
Brian. Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, time's flying
Man,
by.
I'm
Having
like, what
fun.
is Brian's early? But no, you are on time. Didn't know it was so late already.
No, 7:30. We're good to go.
Yeah, let me get
So
you
it
in
looks
chat
like
here. Get you in chat. Let's get the audio. Let's get the.
have you guys been taking any Doing any trading this morning?
We
Uh,
have.
yeah, lately. I mean, I had that one trade on Amazon short right off the open. I got stopped out fairly. Well, I mean, I got some good partials down to what was the low of day, and then stopped out at break even at the VWAP.
Yeah.
Uh, and I guess we've only traded Amazon, haven't we, Carlos? Because your first trade, you're in it right now,
My
short on
first
Amazon.
trade just after 10 o'clock. I mean, it's been
Yeah.
very, very quiet, man. So for
Yeah.
us at least.
Well, there's yeah, I traded PLTR, kind of chased it a little
Mm.
bit, and then it pulled back and it below my where my entry was. So I added more on when it looked like it was going to bounce, and got out of that trade. So it didn't work out that great, but I got that move down on the SPY right at 940. Traded some XPX options, and that was the big winner of the day. So I'm finding these it's easier. Sometimes it's easier to trade just the indexes, a little bit more predictable. Because it's always hard. I find it a little more difficult to trade. When you go into a morning uh, where everything's either gapping up big or down big, and so it's like a lot of the sort of you can say that some of them, the market's trying to figure out how to reprice everything when you get a big gap like that. So it's can be a little bit more choppy, but certainly Tesla's been sort of a standout, just sort of grinding higher.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, what is there's some news on Tesla. I thought there was some news about them SpaceX SpaceX buying somebody, or or SpaceX got
No.
some deal with the government or something like that.
Uh,
Or there was a
no.
rumor that they were going to get some kind of big deal with the government. I don't know.
Cybertruck has a two couple of recalls actually. Uh, let's see.
Okay, well,
It
it's not affecting
blah,
me.
blah,
Is
blah.
it just me, or do those
No,
things look? Do those things look like abnormally big? Like I compare them to sort
they
of like
they
I kind of think about the F-150 and the Dodge Ram. The Cybertruck, maybe because it's square, it just seems more
yeah,
imposing.
it does. They do look. I thought I would get used to it more than I have, and they do look continue to look unusual, I think. And it doesn't help that
Uh,
there's so many of the garbage bin memes out there.
they don't grow on you.
Uh,
Robotaxi in China. They already have a fair amount of robotaxi offerings in China, or at least, yeah, like autonomous taxis. As you know, there's a lot of um, electric car companies in China. I'm, I have no idea how many, but there's lots.
yeah,
Um, like way more than here. Got all sorts of brands that you never heard of.
indeed.
And I think that's pretty standard in China, is to have these autonomous taxis. Peter, have you taken a ride in a driverless taxi lately?
I ha never have not done that. I
And Carlos, I know, do they have some in New York? I don't think they do. Do they?
No. Hell no. No way, man. You're not gonna see that in New York for a long time. But those cab drivers, oof. And
Yeah,
bikes
that's
that
true.
just
yeah,
cut in front of you, and if you're not ready to hit the brakes, you're gonna kill someone. You're not gonna see that in New York City. Ah, I don't know. Unless they get like their own lanes, because now what New York does is you have these bus lanes now. They gotten really good. So they have these bus lanes now that go from up to east, uptown to downtown. And before, nobody respect them. Everybody got in the lane, they double parked them. So what they did now is they got cameras now.
Yeah.
So the minute you step into that lane, boom, you best believe you're getting a ticket in the mail, and it ain't cheap. And the other thing they did is people
Wow.
kept. New York is horrible, man. When it comes to like people just do real weird stuff. They'll park where the bus lanes comes in, right? There's a special place for the bus to pull over, so the bus can pick up people. People would just block the whole thing. So what they did now is the bus has got cameras. So if it pulls up and you're there, the driver hits the button, boom, 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 you're getting a ticket in the mail. It's changed, it's fixed things. So unless they do that for like electric cars, I don't see how you
Yeah.
can. With the people in New York are crazy, crazy, crazy. So I live there, so I know.
It's interesting what they're doing with the technology. I mean, I was looking at the camera system on like the cop car I was on in last night, and it had automatic plate recognition. So of course, they have the computers mounted right in the cars, and the
Yeah.
camera would just scan every license plate ahead of it and basically run all the plates. And if anything came up suspicious, right? People with known affiliates to organized crime or a car that obviously that's stolen or something, it would like come up on the screen and it would show you the car. So the cops don't even have to actively run plates. The computer's always running every plate that they're, that's surrounding them. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, because here you used to have to get a sticker every year to
Yeah,
show that you have the same license plate, but you put a sticker on it every year to show your insurance is paid and your registration is paid. But they stopped doing that. They said, "Yeah, we don't need these stickers anymore. You don't have
yeah,
to put them on your plate." So I guess that explains why, because things are just automatically
yeah.
reading the plates.
And I
Weirdly, you
think
still
And
they
have
they,
had
to.
that a while ago, man. Because I remember being in New York
yeah,
a kid. There'll be the cop car coming in with the two things in the trunk. They got the cameras in the trunk reading license plates with like five tow trucks behind them, NYPD tow trucks.
Uh,
And they'll be like, take that one, take this one. Like if you, because people owe tickets, they don't pay them. So they send out
yeah,
that get impounded. So there'll be
yeah,
a cop car just going to the block, scanning every license plate, and then say that one, this one. You see every truck just taking them away. It's hilarious. Uh,
yeah.
Out of control, man. Out of
I
control.
guess I guess if you're looking for one of those coveted parking spots in New York, then you just follow the tow trucks because when they tow them out, then you've got a
Yeah,
parking space.
getting right
yeah. There
there.
you go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, the markets are coming back here. They're after we tagged that S3 support level on the SPY.
Mm.
We still are below the pre-market low, which is I've got marked on my chart. We're hanging around the VWAP with the SPY. Same with Nvidia. It feels like the only thing that's really seems to keep trending here is PLTR, but it's a bit choppy. Up another $10 today. Hood's up $11. Hood's been strong today. Wow,
Hmm.
it just continues to go up. Hood's probably another one with a. It's getting back to that high that we had back in early October. Kind of put in a double top there. This is 153 area.
Was that high? 153.86, in fact. We'll put that in there.
Yeah,
Mark that on my chart. Carlos, you still hanging in there on your trade?
I'm still here, man. It's like it's
Yeah.
not coming up to my break even yet, but it is pulling up here. Yeah, got a partial. I might get out of it before it gets to my break even because I think this thing's
It
giving
it
us a
might
hard
still go
time.
lower. Like it's moving so slow. It's very uncertain, obviously, as to where it's
Yeah.
going.
Yep. Friends on YouTube, check this out. If you missed it earlier, there's Brian with his Pirates of the Caribbean suit. Look at that. Nice hair, man.
Yeah, the
Love it.
dreads.
And if you missed it,
As
here's Peter with his rocket. Peter, is your rocket suit dying?
You're watching the will. I turned the fan off because
Turn
it
it on,
was.
man.
Yeah, sorry, it's back. I turned it back on. Then here, well, I got to do the neck thing up so all the air doesn't
Yeah.
disappear.
Were the jets disinflating?
Yeah,
yeah, he's
we're there. You go.
Slowly getting
he's
up there. Okay.
he's deflating.
Awesome stuff, man. Good, good,
Can't
good.
can't stay ready all the time. There's lots of off-color jokes going on in that. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can see how that can go dark and south. Dark and south pretty quickly.
I am getting
Yeah,
older.
it's like those jokes with the on that old airplane movie, the with Leslie Nielsen
Yeah.
and the
Everybody
automatic
keeps
pilot.
talking about this movie. I gotta watch this movie, Airplane. I heard this is like
Yeah,
a classic.
I'm not, yeah, not all the jokes have aged well, but it is it's amazing what they could get away with. Like when the guy says, "I speak jive," and he starts talking jive like that. So rude, but funny. Anyway.
And I need to watch Fight Club. Yes, I will be doing that this weekend.
Oh, you know what, Carlos? Come on, do it. But you promised that now. I
No,
don't
no,
know.
this I will watch it this weekend.
Okay.
100%.
All right. We want a full report then.
Yes, 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 100%.
Okay.
All right, so here's Amazon, friends. I'm gonna get out of it. I just don't want to hold through my break even here. So
Oh, was it a woman that said you're right, Steve, actually.
there it is. All right, we're out of Amazon. Got us partial. Didn't make much on it. Out on the rest. And yeah, that's the day. Not a big day.
Hood continues to chuck higher here. I was looking at Tesla for a short up here. It hasn't gone very far, but I could have been sitting in a short just to see if it drops. I'm not going to chase it here.
I'm gonna take a quick break here. You want to share your screen, or you want me to leave it on a certain ticker?
No,
Not much time left. I could leave it on the spy or
No.
something.
yeah,
I'll do that.
I'm on the
Yep.
spy. 'Cause
Sweet.
it's moving higher.
Yes, something positive.
Right.
Friends over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Really appreciate it. Have a great week, and if I don't talk to you guys, I'll leave you with Brian and Peter and
see you.
Nathan. Nathan is up next.
Nathan,
Well, actually,
all right.
no, that's incorrect. Rocket
Oh.
Man, and that's incorrect. Rocket Man and Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, there you go. That's us. What happened to your partner in crime there, Brian? Is Andrew? I heard he's traveling today. Is that what's going on?
He never said anything.
Okay, all right.
Uh,
Somebody mentioned that. It could be false rumor. I don't know.
I don't know. He was not to give anyone FOMO here, but we had our Thailand first meetup
All right.
online. All the people that were coming, so we all got on a Teams call and
Right.
yeah, so talked about what can expect this coming trip. Andrew did join. He was at the dentist, so came with a frozen mouth, and he didn't
Mm.
mention anything about traveling. So,
Okay.
but you know, Andrew,
Yeah.
he's a surprise. He's a surprise a minute, and sometimes the surprises aren't necessarily good.
That he is. He keeps everybody on their toes. He's not one
Yeah,
for. He's not a big planner. So.
I know. I just so many times, like where a couple times we've traveled, and I said, well, we're coordinating our travel plans and where which flight are you on, and and then I'd go ahead and book it, and and I'd find out later, no, I changed that flight. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you.
Exactly. He doesn't think twice about making
Yeah.
those changes,
So
and
anyway,
sort of forgets
so
that
I
others
just
have booked around him. So yeah.
I make my own plans. Just it's
Yep.
that's the way you got to do it. So spy
Yep.
and Qs are we're back up in the Qs are breaking out here. They're breaking out from yesterday's high.
Hmm.
This could be an area where we find some resistance here.
Might be. Boy, I'm really hungry. I can't wait to go get breakfast. This will be great. I don't have a trade on right now. That I have a little bit of a regret of not taking the Tesla trade, but other than that, wasn't uh wasn't quite an A plus
Tesla,
setup.
and yeah, this is probably an area where we're going to stall here on the markets. Nvidia is a bit of a dog's breakfast. It looks like PLTR is coming down. It's testing the 20 EMA right now, so it could bounce to a 920 here. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, fairly quiet as it turned out. Not, I mean, there were some trade opportunities. It wasn't super easy. So if any of you are struggling out there or haven't had a great day, I can understand that. I mean, there were some great trades if you're in the right spot at the right time and looking at it the right way. But
Mm.
you had to be there. So it's not like
Yeah,
one of those
it
days where
definitely
everything
was.
just goes, up and to the right. Those are easy or down and to the right.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a super easy day. Again, always have always have a bit of a don't I don't the best days aren't days where you're gapping up a lot. Seems
Right.
like or gapping down a lot. Everything's getting repriced.
Later, Will. For the rest of your day.
Yeah.
It's a deflated rocket. There you go. See, I'm on. I was on theme again.
Nothing worse than having a deflated rocket on your back.
The wow, that paints all sorts of images.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody in the room? What's you got any
It's
questions? Any
apparently it's an
trades you've
Acme
done
rocket.
today?
Yeah, see,
It's an Acme rocket.
Acme right
It's like
there, right
the
on it.
just like the Roadrunner.
Yeah. Wow.
Remember
Wiley,
all the Roadrunner?
Wiley Coyote. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess a modern day Wile E. Coyote would probably just have either he would have Amazon. He'd buy all his stuff on Amazon.
Is that the maybe that's the modern day?
Yeah, or maybe it'd be Timu or yeah. That's great. You- You're like Jeff Bezos.
There you go. That was just for Ray. Ray asked for a little show and tell.
Oh
So
yeah, no, that's great. I
there you
love
go.
that.
There you go, buddy.
I'm glad you did that. I didn't get I didn't get the full effect of the outfit there until you backed out.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I'm shorter than you thought, eh? Well, that's sometimes it looks are deceiving here. I mean, this rocket is good support. I can. I can even just put my feet up on the desk here. Let me just cross my legs. It's all good. Sit back, relax. Oh, good fun.
Fly around together for the rest of the
Yeah,
day. We'll market chops around.
there you go.
Okay.
I gotta get some breakfast. I'm starving. It's almost 11 here and I haven't eaten yet.
Mm.
It's
Nathan, you're
I can't wait to greet the kids tonight and see if they have any clue why I'd be wearing this. I'm not sure that any of them are going to get it. They might just say cool rocket, but we'll see if
yeah.
anybody says to the moon, I'll know that they've got it. So welcome.
Well, this is
Heno,
my
I don't know how to say your name. Heno KTE Weld 1281. But anyways, welcome to Lambos and Garbage Trucks. Good to see that you joined us in that group. It's YouTube's got to fix that. All week we've had these names that aren't the display name they usually are, right? So not sure what's going on there, but maybe it's a permanent thing now.
well, this is the same outfit I wore on my when I went on the cruise and to Alaska. I was a
Mm.
I was I was a big hit with the crew. The captain came over and he
Yeah.
wanted to the captain came over, he wanted to pose with me in for a
Okay.
picture.
Yeah. Make sure was he checking you out, just making sure you weren't about to hijack the thing?
Exactly, yes.
Commandeer? What do do you hijack a boat or what do? You commandeer it? You would mutiny? I guess you'd have to have a
Yeah,
mutiny to take it
you're
over.
mutiny. Yeah.
Mutiny?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
told him I did not to worry about a mutiny.
Okay, good.
Yeah. All right. So anyone have some extremely profitable trades today here in YouTube? Any good
I know we
trades?
had a couple traders that had some good ones. Tesla. Someone had Tesla. Lumen. Oh,
Yeah,
I forgot to check out
Tesla
Lumen. What did Lumen do? Oh, see, Lumen did
Tesla
go up.
was a good trader today for sure. I had a surprise trade. I must have taken Rigetti long at one point,
Oh,
and I
didn't
didn't
mean
know
to?
it.
Oh.
No, well, I guess I didn't close the position out, so I going through my accounts and found some Rigetti there, so I sold that.
Mm, yeah.
So that was a
That's
banker error. Like I call that banker error in your favor.
well, that rarely happens, so
And
that's good. You could have found it the other
yeah,
way. So
exactly. Sometimes things work out.
Indraj, sorted Baba. What is Baba doing today? Anything interesting? Not really.
Hood's been amazing. It looks like Tesla's got a big order at 457 now. And I
Yeah.
think it's going to go there.
I've been watching Tesla here and
Looking at trading terminal.
A big one up at 460, real big one up at 460.
that's a little far away for it to go chasing, but it could get there. Yeah.
It could get there. I mean, Tesla.
Yeah.
Tesla's can just keep going.
Well, it's definitely within range even for the week because it was there just 2 days ago. So, do I consider Wix? Absolutely, PP. Yes. Uh, I use Wix on the Mountain Pass strategy, 100%.
Nathan, how was your day?
No trades for me. Um, so it's been fine just watching this stuff. Trying to catch up on my Atlas videos to get them out there for everybody. I totally forgot that I had to do my continuing education to renew my pharmacist license. So that was fun
Wow.
trying to get all that in before it was due today.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's important.
Well, I used to did them at work. I'm just like, oh, I'll just do some at work and get them done. But now I had to work them in. Yeah, they take a couple hours each to do.
Right. Mm.
Do you still work as a pharmacist, or are you just keeping
Nope,
current with your?
no, just staying licensed.
Oh, okay.
They give you at 50 years, you get a golden certificate. So that's what I'm shooting for. I'm almost halfway there.
Okay.
Nice.
What you got
You
going on here?
you don't look that old.
Superman? That's Superman.
That's right, man.
Very nice.
Me and Peter are gonna go fly and
Yeah.
grab some breakfast later. Fly somewhere. And Brian's
Fly me to
eventually
the
going to
moon.
meet us there on his on the Black Pearl.
That's right.
You
On the Black Pearl, yeah.
You could grab Ryan one hand each and just drag him along.
Oh yeah, we could. I could. Well, I could probably just pick it
Don't
up
leave him
myself.
behind. Just
Yeah.
carry.
I wanna see if Brian can do the run, like that Jack Deb does. You know,
The Jack Sparrow run. Yeah. Little pinky
Oh,
out.
absolutely.
And,
like the you gotta throw the pinkies up while you're running.
yeah.
Yeah,
There
exactly.
we go.
So I feel like I'm
all
underdressed for
good.
Halloween, so I'm gonna dress up as a successful stock trader and just hopefully like that stays true.
There you
There you
go.
go. Traveling stock trader. Looks like you're in another airport.
Yeah, you're
Yep.
traveling.
So
I can see you're in the
got my
airport
favorite
then.
got my favorite hat on. Got my Rockefeller Center hat on. So
Okay.
Yeah, you just needed a
And
flannel,
Thor is
and
a
you could
man.
have been you could have been a ball bunion or something.
could
There
have
you go.
He's
been
a
Paul
man
Bunyan.
on
That's true. I
the
got the
move.
beard games.
Yeah. I like it. Looks
Man on the
good.
move.
So,
All
all right,
So
right,
guys.
guys.
so
Well,
I
enjoy
wasn't
your
here, Peter.
weekend.
But I saw something in the airport that was not in Canada. That was the most Canadian thing. So I have to assume it was a Canadian that was going through, which was someone left a hockey stick and a fishing pole, and like went to the restroom and left them sitting there. And I was like, "There's no way whoever this person is from
You
anywhere
know,
other
Yeah.
than Canada.
whether you want to skate on it or cut a hole in it, right? He was ready
It's
either
gonna
way.
work." He was
So,
ready.
on the
Maybe
ice.
maybe both. Maybe both.
Yeah, I mean, you could do both. That's right.
Maybe
Skate in
both.
circles with the fishing pole in the hole. Why not? It's,
Here you
all
go.
right. Did he?
All right,
Did he?
guys.
There are two like security, like TSA security people standing there, like watching the fishing pole and hockey
Really?
stick because it
Did they
got
have to
left there.
confiscate a bottle of syrup for him for having too much?
They were
liquor?
looking for him because they knew he was smuggling syrup at this point. They're like,
Syrup,
this is
yeah.
obviously a thing. We had to get the good stuff back to the States. So,
He had his emotional support beaver with him, and
of course.
true
Oh,
Canadian
God,
travel.
that always reminds me of that episode of How I Met Your Mother. I don't know if you ever watched that series. And they have the whole, anyway.
Alan Thicke, and she was in the show with how much wood would my beaver consume? Anyways, that was
It was the best skit of all time.
Indeed. All right, guys. Happy Halloween. Enjoy.
Yep.
We're gonna let
Happy
you
Halloween,
go
everyone.
and take over here
Yep.
for the next little bit. So have a good one.
Thank you so much. Happy
Cheers.
Halloween.
Have a
And
good
it
one,
is a
everyone.
happy Halloween because it is my daughter's birthday. She's a Halloween baby. So
Very
my
cool.
my daughter Allie turns 13 years old today.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
So it's wild.
Nice.
So we're really excited. So I'll be home about 6 o'clock and then we got party time.
Nice.
Yeah, she's a boo baby. She's a boo baby.
Sweet. All right, guys. Have a good weekend.
Good to see everybody. Nathan, what's up, my man? How are you doing?
What's up? What's going on? I thought
Chilling.
you weren't going to be able to make it. Nice to see
Yeah,
you here.
I got through. So I did. So I went up to the line, and it was this massive line. I'm like, I'm never gonna make it. And then they had the Premier Access line, and it was completely empty. So I just walked into the Premier Access line and checked in my bag, and we moved on. So sorry for everybody who I cut in their line, but I had a YouTube broadcast to get to, and
Say
and
hi.
so, but I am not a Premier Access member. Don't tell anybody. I just went to the line. But anyway, so I'm gonna be I do have to likely, oh good, we have a plane. Our plane just got here, so that's a good sign. So I'm probably gonna leave at like 11:30. I'll have to bounce, and I'll leave that to you, Nathan.
Yeah, it's
But
fine.
everyone else out on the YouTube, good to see everybody, YouTube Landia. Before Nathan and I get starting talking about like Atlas and talking about like volume and all of the good technical stuff as we tend to do. You know what I'm going to do right now, right? It's 11:02. It says that there are 650 people watching, and I only have 381 likes. So, okay, okay, are we okay? Can we do that? Thank you, thank you.
I mean,
All right.
I even dressed up for everybody. I mean, get a little bit of likes for Superman.
Check out YM, my friend. Look at what
I
do you
know.
think
I
I'm doing right
actually,
now? What do you think I'm doing on YM right now?
are you already short? I was waiting for it to get up and
Oh
tick
yeah. I
tick
shorted
into it.
I shorted right at the high when it bounced up into R3. I stuck my stop. I just did one contract, stop above the high. I already hit a target on NQ today. So I shorted the open and hit a nice target with Peak Capital. We had a really good one of our guys, Riley in Peak Capital, was in that. We kind of coached him through the hold on that trade as he was in it, kind of like in my small mentoring group with my buddy Gabby yesterday. Really like saying, focus, hold, keep that position on, and sure enough, hit a target and he kicked butt. So
Braveheart.
super stoked for our man Riley in Peak Capital today. So yeah, I'm one contract short of YM. My entry was 47,805. So
Oh
I'm
wow, yeah, wow, that's a really good entry.
I got a really good spot. So now I'm just holding. But like I said, I hit NQ and I almost hit a baller copper trade last night. I was short copper from the highs and it went all the way to R4. But I don't know why I had my target below R4. I don't I maybe they recalculated after I set my target. I didn't check that. All of a sudden I looked today and it went all the way to where my target should have been. And then it went all the way back up. I had to take like just a couple hundred on it. So, um, so what's up, everybody else? How are y'all doing? Welcome back. We got our man Nathan here. So any questions y'all have about Bookmap, Atlas, options? Nathan's the smart one. I'm just the good looking one. So,
Correct.
we do these things. He is in fact the Dean to my Sam, which would
Yes,
make
the
him the good
last,
looking one and me the smart one if we were doing it that way. But whatever.
but I'm only a smart one the last Friday of every month, so they're catching me on the right day.
So I see a comment here.
Kind of
Let's
watching
see.
Tesla up here too. Just it's moving slow. You never see Tesla really move this slow.
So Tesla is only about $2 away from its ATR high. So it's not shocking that we're running into we must be running it. If you're looking at its book, we're probably running into some large sellers right now, I'd imagine. Since I'm traveling, I don't have an order book up right now.
Yeah, it
But it
looks more
looks
like
like
it.
it's
It's
traveling.
just getting some exhaustion at the moment.
Now we're in a
But
lower, wider range here, right? So we actually would consider playing back to the inside. It is a wide range, but we're pretty high. So it's going to be a little sketch. But if we can get some selling to come in, I think it could be a good one. Tesla's been a lot of fun lately. I mean, it's been a mover. But so
it
basically, if it had opened a little higher, it would have been a counter trending breakout candidate.
It has
So
been doing Tesla things. Tesla's been
yeah,
doing a lot of Tesla things lately.
yeah, Tesla's back to being
I'm
Tesla again,
sure
which is
I'm
great.
sure I'm sure Paris has been loving his life with Tesla
I
lately.
mean, we called a beautiful S4 counter trending breakdown on Tesla yesterday, which actually seems to be the play of the day every time, the play du jour. Every time we do Tesla, it always seems like it's some kind of a counter trend break these days, which is kind of interesting. The play on NQ was a little unconventional. I actually shorted in the pre-market because NQ had cleanly started selling. So we went up to the high here and we started to sell. And you can my screen's. Oh yeah, it is actually. Thank you, Carlos. Wow.
He's
Who's
the
ahead of
best.
the frickin' thing right now? Look at this guy. It's like a magician. So you can see here we started to sell quite a bit in the pre-market. Now the reason I selected this area is check out this right here. So we're going to go out to our old 4-hour chart here. Thank you, Dr. V, as always, for the thoughts. So I want you guys a little VPA read here, if you don't mind. First off, I find VPA so easy to read on the 4-hour chart. It's crazy. So look here. We get our green candle that stuffs, and then we get this really large indecision candle. All right, so let's start our read off of this indecision candle. If I'm going to mark this high, what happens? YouTube, you guys tell me if you're looking at this. Let me unsnap this real quick. Looking at that spot right there that I just marked, when we offer premium to buy at that high, what does the market do? When we make that new high, when we break that high, what's the response by the market? What do you see happen? If you were thinking about saying a whole lot of nothing, that is correct, right? It went up, it offered premium to the buyers, and the buyers said, no thanks, right? Not interested, right? So we ended up having very, very low volume. And then we sold, and then look where our volume came in at here. So that's why I was really interested. I marked the high of that candle specifically today, right? Because that's where our volume came in. This is why VPA can really help you out. So I marked that high. Now that you know what this high is, let's go back to the major chart and let's see what happens. Look at this. We had ATR high, right? Pre-market high, and this big level all in the same place, along with 2 days ago's close just underneath. So when we sold here, this was a rejection of 2 days ago's close. So, and our buying and selling detector actually crossed into the selling range. So actually, as we pulled back, I went short in here. Threw my stop up here because if it started buying again, I'd get out. And then I just held it into the open. I hit my target right down here. And then our P Capital buddy, he actually watched it reoffer, and look how our volume dropped on the reoffer to S4, and he shorted S4 for that breakdown, and he hit his target right about here. So just a really nice clean play. And like I said, right now I'm on YM. So YM was just called out by the pivot bot. So right here, we got our call. It was at 8:40, and so we got our alert when this big candle went up and approached our 3. So I went ahead and tagged it as we came back in. So target on this one is which, just to show y'all, this is why this is so fun. I took the trade on this. Right. So all I did when I was training is I just had to pull up the old iPad. Right. And I already have my fixed risk in there. I already have my brackets in there. You know what I mean? So I'm ready to go. So trade on. Probably before I get on the plane, I'll probably move it to break even or something just so I don't come off of wouldn't want to, you never know. So, but yeah. How about you, Nathan? What did you hit today, buddy?
Nothing today. I slept in a little bit and just I was red this week, so I just slept in and just trying to get some stuff done today. Start over again next week. but I haven't had a red week in God, like 6 months maybe or something like that. So not a big deal.
Hmm, what a tough problem to have there,
I
Nathan.
know. I know.
Sounds horrible. I hope everybody in YouTube. Entry price is 47,805 on the second candle on that red one. So Nathan, since you're saying what you're saying, um, what do you feel like for you was the like largest contributor to you finding the, not like winning a lot, but like finding this kind of this just reoccurring,
Consistency.
like, yeah, consistency. It's what do you feel
Well,
like
I
is like
mean,
the big
you for sure. I mean,
wow? I
once
mean,
once we
I'm
started
not,
working together and you started mentoring me, I mean, that was kind of the big turning point. I think I kept telling you in emails and stuff when I was bugging you to take me on as a mentee that I'm so close. Like I can even feel how close like I am to breaking through. And then
I remember that. I
yeah,
remember
and
that.
I was like, dude, I'm so close. I know I am. There's just like there's some things that I'm just missing that I just don't know what they are. And you helped me find out what those things were and pretty quickly and just took off from there.
Oh man, yeah, that's awesome. I mean, and I'm so sorry I actually addressed you improperly. Donald said I'm supposed to be addressing you as Superman during this
Or
episode.
Kal-El.
Or
Kal-El's fine.
Kal-El,
Yeah.
Kal-El, son of Krypton. So, oh, my son Kal-El. Then you see the new one? It was a
I
little. It was.
did.
I
I
didn't think
did.
it was that bad.
I need
It
to
had.
watch it again. The one issue I have with it is James Gunn and I do not have the same taste in music when it came to that movie.
Mm,
So that was
yeah, I
the
get
one
that.
issue I had with it. But I need to watch it again.
I like that. I like that they made Superman someone who grew up in like the 50s and 60s. You know what I mean? Like you could hear as he was talking and he'd talk to people, like he was always going like, gosh, and oh golly. And he just
Hmm.
kept using all of these like older terms. You know what I mean? So it's like I kind of like how they represented the fact that, Superman grew up actually a long time ago and we just kind of keep so it was kind of like old Superman, but I thought that was pretty cool.
Because I mean, I loved Man of Steel. Like the little
Oh man.
darker take on Superman didn't bother me because
Oh yeah, well, I
honestly, like
mean,
Christopher Reeves is my Superman. I mean, that's
right. But I mean Henry
so
Cavill,
yeah.
he pulls it off. I mean,
But he could have done either role. He could have done either role for Superman. He could have done a more lighthearted, traditional, or he could have done that more darker, grim Superman. So yeah,
what do we think about?
for me growing up when I was younger, it was definitely Christopher Reeves in the original movies. Let's see,
Mm,
up to that point, I had been trading for 3 years. So that was a point, and it wasn't really, I would say before Thor and getting his mentorship, it was focusing on higher time frames. That was the other big turning point for me. And I had someone else that I talked to and stuff, and they actually got me zooming out of my charts. They're like, man, you got to stop using just this 1 and 5 minute chart, man. You're not seeing anything. And so then getting comfortable, Megan was big when I would watch her in the
hmm.
room up about
I remember
supply and
that.
demand. And then I mean, yeah, I think she had this whole like time period, I think, where her and Jared were just literally talking about big supply and demand areas, and it was all about higher time frames. So it took me a while to kind of get my mind around, oh, that's where all the action is. Like I'm zoomed in as close as I can to what's going on a 5 and 1 minute chart. I need to zoom out and just keep an eye on the bigger picture. And that was kind of that other turning point for me was higher time frames.
I agree 100%. So I mean, I remember kind of the when you kind of transitioned through that, and it was really cool. And then, but I remember it clicked, and then I really liked how your performance switched. I think one of the things that was really important that I would like to highlight that I saw in Nathan is that when Nathan came to start working with me in the beginning, the thing that I noticed was that his performance was incredibly good. Like he was a very good trader. He was very good at following his rules. He was very good at doing all of the things. He was just missing one or two pieces of the alignment picture that needed to be put in place. And this is why I tell everybody that performance is actually the most important, because when Nathan came to me, he already had a bunch of trades logged. He already had a whole bunch of stuff he had done. So I was able to root through a lot of his past stuff. And, within maybe a few sessions together, we could kind of figure out how those little spots are. We made like one or two little tweaks on how you were
Yep.
reading the market. And then boom, it was just like, I remember the light bulb day for you. And it was just like, it just started hitting the other direction. It was so awesome. So
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think
I
for
was
everybody, I think that's really cool to pay attention to. You know what I mean? He had so much knowledge, so much information, but just not oriented and then performance.
Yeah, I remember I was like, I could feel that day was coming. Like I was like, I know this day is coming where all of this just clicks. And then like one thing started to click, then two, then three at a time. And it was just like it almost was like firecrackers, like going off in my head. Boom, 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 boom. Like,
Hmm.
oh, I see it now. Oh, okay. That's what it is. Yeah, it was fun. Like definitely fun.
Yeah, Donald, it just the term we like to, or the concept we like to apply here, right, is surviving until you thrive. You know what I mean? Like a lot of day traders that actually uh that actually burn out. They don't burn out because they blow up their accounts. They burn out because they can't handle the amount of time it takes to get good at this. Like most of us, when we came into this, I know I was the same. I thought 3 months, 6 months, I'm gonna be making money. I need to make like 300 to 500 a day. So that's really only means I need to be betting like 50 to $100 if I'm hitting 3 or 4 winners a day. You know what I mean? And all this stuff.
It's
A year later, I'm just like, when is this going to happen? You know what I mean? Like it's not that fast and it's not that easy,
yeah,
right?
I
It
tell
is really easy. It's just very difficult. It's the hardest easy thing you'll ever do. Trading's easy. Winning trades, not profiting from trading, maybe not.
I mean, I tell everybody like this is an education. It's like going back to school, for a new career or something like, but it's an education. It's going to take time. It's not going to be overnight. I don't know. Do you know anybody that's just done it kind of even within a year where they
But
started to find that
not
success?
anyone that has maintained that success. I know quite a
Yeah.
few. I actually know a handful of people who found instantaneous success in trading. Like they came into it, things came in. There's this. We kind of apply this to the Dunning-Kruger effect, really, right? Like
Hmm.
when you come in, and this is kind of ironic. When you come in to the process, you come into it not really knowing very much. So what often happens is you will adhere to an idea, a mentor, a moderator. You'll develop that idea and you'll have a lot of success with it. But because you're new, you continue to develop. And then the big thing is when you actually encounter your first actual loss, right? So most people in the beginning, that big success happens because you're in sim. So you're doing really, really well because there's no emotions and you're really just following things. But then you go live and you encounter that first emotional hurdle, but you don't address the emotions. You stay in the
Yeah.
technical. You start adjusting all the technical stuff, trying to figure out how to make you not feel like you're having anxiety. But the technical wasn't the issue. It was always you. So you were actually knew how to trade, but then when it became real and it challenged your competency, then you stop being able to perform and you crash back down doing all these bad habits you never did in the first place. Right. So this is why it's really important to address and focus on the mentality of trading. And if anything, try and trade as little as possible in the beginning. As you're learning about trading, learning about the market, learning about this is why we call it market alchemy, right? Learning the way of the world, the way of the market, the journey, right? Don't start pushing buttons too fast, right? Every time you push a button, you're building a habit. If you don't know what you're doing, this would be like going to a golf course with a golf club, putting a ball down, and then just start swinging without any idea of what the game is, how to play it, what the form is. You're going to end up with a golfing instructor who's going to help you work on your swing 4 years later. and he's going to be unwinding all the stupid stuff you did trying to figure out how to do the golf thing. This is why it's important to have a mentor, right? Because you can go in there, and if you're willing to trust them, like Nathan trusted me, and really just kind of go with it, you can see the kind of performance increase that Nathan's had. And then especially, I mean, I've watched him develop from an already very good trader to now, and a moderator, doing content at Variable Traders. He's getting invited on multiple different communities to present for them and do stuff. The dude's taken off. One of the best book readers I know, hands down. And also just a genuinely amazing dude. So I mean, it's been so awesome watching Nathan develop here and be a part of that journey. So
Thank you.
kudos to my boy. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, of course, little bromance here for everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I mean, he is wearing a Superman cape, so I'm feeling a little weak in the knees right now. So we'll just go ahead and
Are
get that
you?
out of
Is it
the way.
sexy? You don't want to. You don't want me to stand up.
No,
I'm just
I
kidding.
mean,
No, I'm
maybe
just
we
kidding.
do. I mean,
That's some
anyone in YouTube who wants Nathan to stand up, can I get a number
some
one if you want Nathan
Superman
to
whitey
give us
tighties.
a little
Big
zoom?
old insignia right there.
Can I get a number? Anyone who wants
I do have some Superman boxers, so it's funny.
Gosh. Tighties on the outside as usual,
I know,
Nathan.
I know. I got my fandoms that I just hold on to, and probably have too many to add anything else.
I think I just dislocated a rib.
I've even got one with Jordan's face on
There's a
there.
number
So
2 from VV. No, VV's like, I didn't ask for the 2, but VV's gonna go ahead and throw out the no, Nathan. Oh my God. Oh, Melanin McNutty's, she gave 2 ones. I'm just saying. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh. I gotta take my beanie off now. That's too much laughing. That got me heated up. That's funny.
the brain's overheating.
Yeah, this is what I learned from Jared. This is the reason. See, I grow hair. You can see it's there. But Jared told me that if I started shaving my head, that it's like a heat sink on a computer. It lets
Yeah.
the heat out, so your processing is faster. It could be fake news. I'm not sure, but I believe in it. So let's hope.
Yeah, he's been wearing a beanie quite a bit lately though. So
Well, I mean, I'm sure he's freezing. I mean, Bayou country right now, it's got to be at least 65 degrees Fahrenheit, right? So he's
I think we were like 2 degrees the other morning or something.
2
So,
degrees. My Lord.
but it's getting up to like mid 50s, 60s. So we don't have, like I think I told you the other day, we don't have any snow on the ground right now, and it's kind of aggravating me.
If it gets that cold in Florida, we got to start watching for falling iguanas.
Oh, that's right. Because yeah, I've
You gotta
heard
watch
that.
out. They start dropping out of the trees. You get all of a sudden, you know, spiky animal that weighs like, the better part of 10 pounds falling out of a
Well,
tree on you.
it's weird.
It's
Like
not good.
we have snakes, and then we have like a little pond that's like just a runoff pond over off of our property. There's frogs and stuff over there. I'm like, I guess they just freeze in the water during the winter and then like come out. Like, that's interesting.
All right.
Just
I
kind of
guess
hang
that's a
out
thing.
and not do anything.
Yeah, I know, Hollow. They're frozen, so they're like 10-pound logs that have spikes on them falling out of a tree. I mean, it's not a deal. But since they're frozen, that means you can just put them right in the refrigerator for later. You know what I mean? You don't gotta do anything with them. Just
That's
we
that's
call it chicken. We
Alabama. That's
we call it
Alabama
it's
stuff.
called chicken of the trees, is what we
Chicken
call that
of the
here in Florida.
trees.
You can get a ours is called chicken of the trees. See, ask Jessica Simpson to mess that one. Do you
Oh
remember when that happened?
gosh.
So,
Yes.
there's a
Why
chicken
do they
came.
call chicken of the sea? Yes, I do remember that one.
McNulty. Sorry, McNulty.
That's pretty funny. But picking it up and putting it in the fridge to barbecue it later, that's like some Alabama stuff. That's some backwoods Alabama
No, I mean
kind of
that's
stuff
it's
right there.
Florida in here. We got to do our gator bites. You know what I mean? You got to get her done on the gator bites, right? So, and I mean, what's iguana? I mean, it's just like a smaller gator that you can carry.
Smaller gator.
You know what I mean? We call them swamp puppies down in the South down here, cute little swamp puppy. So no, I'm just kidding. I don't eat them. I mean, I regularly I don't eat them, obviously. I mean, I'm not saying I ever, I never did.
Hey, Thor even has is that an iguana that's your pet?
I
The one
used
with,
to. I used to. Now I
oh,
just
did you
have
get
the
rid of that
snake.
one?
Yeah,
Oh,
I had a kid in the neighborhood. I'm letting take care of them. So I didn't. The new condo didn't have enough space for the menagerie. You ate iguana in Guyana. It almost rhymes. So I think it's a great idea.
I've had when I went to New Orleans, I did have a barbecue gator pizza.
Yeah,
I think I remember it
absolutely.
being pretty good, but
Of course it was good. I mean, I went to a amazing restaurant like not like recently, like 4 Michelin stars, greatest thing, and they bring me out this little bowl of chowder and it's made out of sea urchin. And I'm sitting there going, and people give me crap about gator. You know what I mean? Like do you smell what they're cooking?
was it
I
good?
mean, actually, it was better than I thought it was going to be. I have to be honest. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, it had like some like lemony stuff in the bottom. It was pretty good. So short on Nvidia. I mean, I don't know about Nvidia's order book, but I mean the volume looks like it's a short. That's for sure. We lost the rising trend on Nvidia
It's pretty
here.
bearish. I've actually been sitting here watching it, just watching
Yeah,
Atlas.
I'd say Nvidia. It's a narrow range, so you got to be careful in a lower narrow range. Being up near R4 on the top side of R3 puts us in kind of a kill zone, right? So, but if we can lose the low here and re-offer it under R3, that might be a worthy shot to take. So, because there's plenty of ATR still to the downside, our ATR low goes down to almost S3. So that could be doable, but just be careful getting in short now. Even if it is a short, the chances of getting squeezed here are incredibly high. We have the current low of day, we have pre-market low all right here, and we're coming down into the top side of the CP. So you're always going to find some buyers sitting here. So this is why we want a wider range, because that lets us get shorted R3 and it gives us some time between R3 and the CP. So just be a little careful not to get squeezed on this one if you try and take it short on PLTR. And then I'm going to sign off because it's almost 11:30 and they're starting to board. So PLTR, PLTR is in a great spot for a potential short. It is selling right now, and it is. I don't know about its book because I don't have that up. But if you want to pop that, Nathan, we went to monthly R4 and found a very convincing seller there. Let me get some higher time frame stuff for you. So
Yeah,
we're
the book's pretty
running.
bullish. I'm sorry, pretty bearish. It just got this one order. Like other than that one order down there, what is that around 201? It's pretty balanced other than that just one large order down. But we do have some voids to the top side. Let's see, let me bring it up.
All right, let's see there. So look where we bounced in the pre-market right off of the uptrend, off of the larger time frame. So that would be my first target. If you were getting short, I'd look for it to come back to the open price. If it loses the open price, this thing is a hard sell all the way down to, I don't know, yesterday's close. Like just let it go. It's a narrow range, so we should go out. We could easily run pretty hard to the downside. But R4 potential R out all out spot if you get there, but you may want to leave a few on just to see if you can have a deviation because it could be awesome. All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope everyone has an amazing weekend. Thank you so much for spending some time with me doing some trading today and this week. It's been a really fun week and I've really enjoyed it. Nathan, my fearless compadre, thank you so much for
You're
hanging out and
welcome.
walking everybody through the last half. If anybody needs anything, I'll talk to you next week.
All right, man, have a good flight.
Thank you, brother.
So what have you guys been trading today? Anything fun? And is anybody going into some Halloween parties tonight or this weekend? I do miss those. We don't get those up too much where we live, so we just have to have our own party at the house, me and my fiance. Tesla, yeah, I was looking at Tesla earlier. Let's see. Is it doing anything? Hi, you back? You want to say hi to everybody? Everyone, this is Sugar. I don't know if you can see her here. You say hi. She's my little buddy. Let's see. Tesla RDDT. What thing up? Google going off R3? Yeah, if you took Google, it looked like it would have been a good R3 short. I'm just looking at it on a 30-minute chart. But let's look at Tesla. Tesla's still looking pretty strong, and now it's starting to get that topside support over R6. So a lot of times with the cams, you can get that support on the other side. So, you're thinking you want to sell and short here at R6, but once you get over to the top, you can definitely get support there. And we can see that R6 is supporting really nicely. This is why you would want that big move down with a lot of selling, a lot of big candles, volume, and then that retest and reoffer back into R6 to make sure it's getting respected now from the top side for that short. But right here, it'd be difficult because it is showing you clearly that it is getting support from that R6. So we need to come down, weak retest back up, and then that might set something up. Whereas it is in ATR. Yeah, it's pretty extended though today too, man. What a week for Tesla. This is what a week, man. This is why, trading Tesla can just really, really be aggravating. And it was for me when I would try to trade it. I mean, this is Tesla doing Tesla stuff. This is the type of stuff Tesla likes to do. Sells off. Nope, I'm going to buy. Oh gosh, I'm going to sell again. No, I'm going to buy again. Nope, I'm going to sell again. Oh, buy again. So, this is the big yo-yo effect of Tesla is definitely on display this week for sure. Let's see. Manava, I live way up in the rural mountains of Colorado. So we we live we live our dream life. We actually we're able to lucky enough to buy our dream house, and we live off a ski resort here in Colorado, and we love it. We really wouldn't want go anywhere else. My fiance does get upset because we don't have a Walmart or a Target around us. So that's like the only thing she would want, and maybe like a couple more restaurants to go eat at. But we both lived in a big city for a few years, a decade or so, and just got sick of it. And we just like the peace and quiet, and we have a lot of peace and quiet up here. We love it. Let's see. But I do love Canada. I mean, that would all right, now we're kind of getting what we want to see to the downside here on Tesla. This is nice extension. This is nice volume, selling volume. So now we can get a little bit of a accumulation here and that weak retest back into R6. See what happens. I mean, that was some nice selling, but I'm seeing a lot more. I am seeing more green dots. I'd like to see more red dots in here. Yeah, we slipped right through that area, tagged in, and we are pretty bullish. So we got that 460. That 460 order is really camouflaging some of these other orders. This is one you want to use a sensitivity slider on Atlas to see if you could bring in. Yeah, so I mean we're still pretty bullish. I'm trying to slide and see if we can bring in some of that color scale for the rest of the orders, that hotter color scale. But we're really sorry, but we're still bullish. I mean, we can see that pretty well through here. But yeah, that's what this slider is really nice for. Sometimes you'll get that large order right there on the book that'll start to camouflage those smaller orders into the background. And that sensitivity slider is nice to bring some of those orders back in. So you're really looking from red, orange, then yellow. Those are your really large orders on the book. Then you get to about your midpoint, which is your white, and then your lighter blues, and then to your darker blues are going to be your smaller orders on the book. So that sensitivity slider will bring back some of those orders that got camouflaged in to the warmer colors to stick out a little bit more for you. And where I like to slide it is, we can see right here. So I like to slide it where there's one large red order, and then till that next large order starts to turn orange. But here, this order is actually close enough that it's just slightly a little lighter red. So we have that darker red for this large order. That one's just slightly lighter. And then we got our oranges starting to come in. They're roughly about the same size. So a darker orange, we got a brighter orange there. So now we want a weak retest back up into R6. This is a nice push. We would expect to find a buyer here. We want to see if they're there. But we want that weak retest and that weak buying back into R6 because we don't want any indication that this buyer is starting to buy more to push it up through the high. So we need a weak retest into R6 now. And that's where we're watching the volume. We're watching what's going on here with the ask on Atlas. And this is something I've been focusing on, especially in my Monday webinars, is that, you go one more over. There's three aspects of Atlas that you really need to pay attention to. The first one is the heat map and order book. So here you have the DOM with the current orders, just like your level 2 would have. Just to the left of that, this, area right here, we got this white line, this solid white line. This is the current order book regulated through the heat map and the color scale. The second part you want to pay attention to is the dots, the volume dots. This is like your time and sales. These are the market orders that are occurring on these passive limit orders on the book. The third thing that a lot of people miss and that you really need to watch, because this will show you the actual auction and what's going on with the market and the ticker you're looking at, is the spread. This spread right here, let's actually go to like 1 cent. That might be too. Zoom out a little bit. See, that's too large. Let's go to 5. That's better. Okay. This is huge. Having this spread right here, we can see what's happening before the price hits the time and sales, because we have our current order book, and we can see right after we have our volume dots. So this is right before, this is right after, and everything happens right in here between this bid and ask. Your ask is your red line, your bid is your green line. Everything's happening right in here. This is about as close as we can get to actually seeing what is going on right there where the transactions are happening. And what you're looking for is paying attention to, is the ask lifting or is the bid dropping? And really focusing on that with whatever you have on your chart. If you use a 5-minute chart, I like to use a 1-minute chart for entries and trade management. When we start to push up and get volume, this isn't a weak retest. This is pretty good buying volume coming back in. And we're coming off an area we expect to find a buyer. So this is not our weak test. But what we're watching, as we're watching the auction, we're comparing it to previous candles. And you're looking, when we make a new 1-minute high over the wick, does this ask continue to lift and those green dots continue to come in and push price higher? Or do we get what we got right here? We test that previous low, that previous candle, the bid drops down, and we start picking up volume. We didn't pick up a ton of volume when we dropped down, but when we made that new low, that bid really slipped. that would be your indication of some bearish price action. This would be your indication of some bullish price action, making that new high, extending, and volume coming in. Buyers are taking that. Buyers are taking that offer. The market maker is lifting that ask just like an auctioneer and saying, do I have 445.70? Do I have 445.75? And so on and so on. People raising their paddles, raising their hands and accepting that. Here we got into an area where we lifted, but there were no buyers. So when we're lifting that ask and we get into an area with no buyers or they're not willing to buy, this is when we start to jig back down. We're not quite getting into some buying exhaustion, but when we do offer lower, sellers are taking it, but the volume does suck. So let's see what happens when we offer this new low. And you're going to watch the bid. When we offer this 445.16, what does this bid do? Does it drop? We're going to see. We offer that new low. We're going to watch and see if the bid drops. We have some nice support here at 445. I'm sorry, 454. We should drop into there. And if we continue to drop through this, sellers could be taking over. But it doesn't look like we're going to get that. Here's our high. Oops. We don't have that volume coming in, though. This volume should be ramping up quickly. Since we're in this same area and making about that same high, this volume should be coming in just like this. But it's not. It's stalling. Now I would expect this bid to drop below here and offer lower, jigging for a buyer. We're going to jig down for a buyer. If not, sellers could take control because we would be in a big area for stops, and that's when that volume would really come in and that bid would drop really quickly. But this isn't good volume. This may be actually our weak retest back into R6. Well, it's starting to pick up still a little bit more. I don't think we can quite get to that one, but we're getting pretty close. So that's a lot more volume than I was expecting on that candle. Let's see. Party at home is called being old. That's fine. I had enough fun in my earlier days, and I enjoy waking up and not feeling like I'm hungover. Would a higher, wider range mean a long? It depends on if you're talking about a higher, wider range at S3. That would be a good long. Okay, here we go. We dropped pretty quickly right there. We made that low. Oh, there's our buyer. There they are. That was a good pop. That bid dropped quickly and that buyer came right back in and pushed price higher. Let's see if they can pick up this volume too. So now we're getting a strong move back into R6. So that weak retest that I thought might be coming, it's not happening now. But let's see what happens when we hit. So we hit, we lift. Here's another thing to watch when candles close and that next candle opens. What immediately happens? Do we offer higher or do we offer lower? It's interesting they didn't attempt to offer higher on here. And then that bid dropped back down. But let's see if that buyer comes back up and pushes this high and this ask extends up again. Oh yeah, you see those trades coming in right there. That's about as bullish price action as you can get. Look at that volume coming in. It looks like we did have some data issues coming in with the spread there. What is going on here? Hold on, let me reset this. But that was great bullish price action. We extended up, buyers kept coming in and buying. Looks like we tried to drop the bid down a little bit. Buyers are coming back in. So yeah, that's definitely not our weak retest. This is some good momentum to break up through this seller up here at the top. So now we're going to watch this high here. What happens? So we're watching these highs when we offer in. Do we get that same kind of price action? Because we'll need to accumulate or distribute a little bit in through here if we make a low to see if sellers will take it. Because we're just too low really down here. Okay, so we're dropping. And this is when you'd expect to find some support on R6 too. But here, to break through all this selling, I mean, this is pretty good volume. and through here. We're going to need that momentum that we just saw in that candle, and that's that extension. That ask continues to lift, and you saw those trades coming in. Really nice order right up through the push. They're just hitting the ask because the market makers are offering higher. They're seeing if anybody wants to buy into premium to push price higher. Let's see. I'm probably behind on the questions. Majrave? No, I'm not near Vale. I'm over by Winter Park. Let's see. Shorting tester, Colorado 15 years. We are right in between Rocky Mountain National Park and Winter Park. So we're right in between the two. But Winter Park is probably my favorite mountain in all of Colorado. I probably spend half the year on that mountain between biking and skiing. So I spend a lot of time on that mountain like every year. I love it. The biking over there is phenomenal, and the skiing over there is phenomenal. I mean, they have everything you want. They have nice groomers, they got nice flow, blue trails, and they got big and gnarly if you want to go get it, which is usually where I go. How do we know the orders are buying or selling orders learnings? It's the dots. So you're going to look at the dots. Your green dots are going to be your buy trades. So, shares were bought through there. It could be on the bid or the ask, but we're buying. And then your red dots are going to be your sell trade. So you're looking at the size and quantity of each dot coming through. And it is kind of nice that Atlas doesn't aggregate the trades together, that you can actually see kind of each trade individually coming in. But you're reading the dots. It's just like your time and sales. If you have your time and sales set up where, like I would do green coming in on the ask or above the ask, and red below the bid or at the bid or below the bid, it's just going to be the same here. So your green are going to be your buy trades, your red's going to be your sell trades. Yeah, let's look at PTL login. PTL. Why am I not spelling that right? PLTR. Let's see. Let's go to probably 5 for this one too. Yeah, we're bearish. I don't know when these orders started to come on. That one's starting to fade. We got one building here, but that liquidity was taken off. I mean, so the order book is really bearish. But just like we were looking on Tesla, now can we get that weak retest? Let's see. Trying to zoom in. Do I have too many on? Now I'm curious if we get a weak retest back in. This wasn't a weak retest. This did set up a nice entry model. That's a nice unicorn right off of R6. I would like this to be a lot less volume. It started to kind of be a weak retest, but that's a good rejection. Let's see how it's offering. Is that going to be too much? Let's go with 2 for here. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens when we offer. So there's our high. Ask extending. I'm curious what happens when it gets into this area. Okay, this volume's looking good for a retest. And it's stalling. It's stalling right there. Okay, here's the offer again higher. We're offering that higher, and that ask is lifting, but I'm seeing a lot of red dots. I'm seeing a lot of selling coming in. Here's an order. That's probably some manipulation to pull price down. Okay, I would have liked to have seen less volume there. Okay, we open this candle. Where do we offer? So what you'd really like to see is this offer, the ask lift quickly right into R6, no volumes really coming in. And then as soon as it gets here, selling hits the bid and price just dropped quickly. That would be your indication that this seller, this algorithm is active. It's looking good here, but I want to see if it can lift back up into that area. Let's see. Shorting Nevada. Oh man, what happened to Nevada? I'm sure you've been NVIDIA. Let's see. PY and Q's bound or SPY and Q's bouncing. Yeah, it looks like they stalled though. Let's see. Yeah, ES is running right into R3 and having some issues. Let's see. Okay. Here's our offer. So now we're re-offering here. We're re-offering into this area. Thor talks about that a lot when he's taking a trade. What is the re-offer going to look like? Right now it's stalling nicely. There's a nice drop, but I would really like to see up into R6 what's going to happen because it looks here like we're respecting it really well. This is a nice candle. This this candle is a little bothersome, but it didn't really follow up with a lot of volume to push back up. Let's see, is Atlas available to the public? It is through tradingterminal.com. You just sign up for a membership there, and then you'll have access to Atlas. Let's see, Winter Park and Mary Jane. Oh, nice. Yeah, dude, I I like living up here because everybody likes to go over to the Jane, especially on the weekends. All the people come up from the Front Range. And I can just go over there during the week, but I have my powder stashes over on the Park side and over on Vasquez. So, I'm good. I'll go to the Jane during the week, Mondays, Tuesdays, nobody's there, and then on the weekend, if it's packed and there's a line, I'll just go hit Olympia or the gondola, or go over to Vasquez. Let's see. Station in Colorado Springs. I lived in Colorado Springs for a full year. Yes. Let's see. Hype and Buzz. Granby. Yes, that is where I live. We live back at Granby Ranch. We live off the slopes over in Granby Ranch. Would I recommend Atlas over Toss Bookmap? Yes, I would. Now that we're getting this historical data in through here, I think it's a great option. We got the historical data, the Zoom features are working, and futures are coming. That's really what Thor and I are waiting on is for futures. Because right now I'm only currently trading futures. So we're waiting for the futures to hit. Andrew asked me, we were on the phone one day and he was like, can't you just use the Qs and SPY to trade futures? And I just shook my head. I was like, no, you can't. I was like, the bracketing algorithms. Let's see, let's bring it up. Bracketing algorithms around the Qs and SPY, it's too difficult to trade. And you really have to look back in the order book with these bracketing algos to see anything. And you kind of just have to know that's good extension on the low. So what I'm talking about is from about right here to down here. So we have this box. You see how a lot of these orders are the same? The nodes here are about the same. The colors are the same. These are bracketing algos that just follow price. This is probably an order on the book. This red order that now turned to an orange. This is probably an order on the book to be filled. But you also just have these bracketing algos that literally just follow price up and down. And they mask the orders that are actually on the book because they just stay the same size. And generally they just overwhelm all the other orders on the book. So it's hard to read and it's hard to look at some of these white orders, or if they turn yellow, which ones are actual orders and which ones are just the bracketing algo. And so unless you have a lot of experience reading the book and reading price action and also being able to read back and look back at price, then these are just going to confuse the heck out of you. They're just too hard to read. The futures do also have bracketing algorithms, but they're not as bad as this. It's a lot easier to read the book on futures than it is for the actual ETFs. Check meta, yeah. Oh, I only have a few more minutes. I'm sorry I didn't get to everything. I started talking too much, but we'll check meta. Ooh, that's a big move down. Yeah, the whole market's moving down like that. Let's see. Rejected S3, lower range. So if it breaks through that low, did it already reject R3? So it rejected R3, lower range narrow pivot. So the target's S4. What it's past this ATR. That might be a good spot. But so meta probably be about 10 levels. What do we got? 49. So you got 50. It's looking pretty bearish too. I don't know if you're short, but it's definitely not a long. Um, you just need to watch it when it gets down to this 649. That large order right there at 650 looks very, very enticing. So trying to see if that's an options level. So here's our friend Spot Gamma. Awesome that Bruce was on Monday. That made me really excited. So we're going to look at 650, 75, 65. Oh yeah, we've got a put wall right down at 650. This is going to be like a magnet. And that looks exactly what we're headed for. We're headed for that 650. So R3 rejection, play to S4, and the options, the open interest on the options. I know you probably can't see that very well, but we got a put wall right there at 650. So yes, we're definitely headed towards that order, and we got the large liquidity there. This is like JB when he came on a few weeks ago. He was talking about using spot gamma and then using the order book to locate liquidity. That's why that order's there. It's a large options interest area, open interest area. There's a put wall, so any type of activity down here is going to also bring in a lot of hedging activity. I know we've been talking about option hedging activity, so we're going to get a lot of that down there. And it's right by S4. It could be possibly a good place to find a bounce or at least some sort of revision back into range. You could scalp that long back into the range. But yeah, it looks like it's on its way down there. Well, sweet guys, I appreciate it. Uh, I hope you guys have a good weekend. Don't do anything crazy, and if you're going to a Halloween party, have fun. And I will see you on Monday. Sweet. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.